Here we are. Here we are, internet family. We're back for another episode of the Aim Down Sights podcast. Yes, I know I'm weird, guys. It's fine.
Do you know what
I'm
number
happy
we're
to
up
be
to?
here. We are at number 9. I every time I have to think about it, I'm like, what fucking number is it? What number is it, Ryan?
Don't worry, I finally had to think about it when I was doing the thumbnail.
I always have to, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why we keep the old, that's why we always got to keep like one old thumbnail so we can be like, what number are we on? Episode number 9. Let's go, baby. I'm excited tonight. I know it's all, there's a lot of doom and gloom out there, but maybe because this is an Xbox centric podcast, we'll kind of, shift the boat a little bit, shift it the other way. Maybe you guys feel better about your Xbox investment. I don't know. We'll see. But welcome out tonight to that blue number, y'all. So glad to have you. How you doing, girl?
Good. What a week, right?
What a week. That's a way to put it.
I don't really know how else to say it. Just,
Yeah.
it's been a week. Here we are.
It has definitely been a week. We are here. Everyone's still alive. It's definitely it's been a week. What's up, Lord Ruffinus? Positive vibes up in here. I mean, it might get a little negative because I don't love everything that happened. I'm not, I'm an Xbox shill, but we are gonna talk about this stuff.
Hey, don't worry, chat. I'm here. I'm
yeah, Nero's gonna, for any negativity that I bring out tonight, Nero's gonna, balance it out for me 100%. But how you doing, Nero? Welcome out, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. Good to be back for another episode 9, man. We're moving up in the world. We got a great guest, Holly. Really appreciate you coming on. Hope everybody been good, man. I've been playing a little bit of Tales of the Kenzara. I've been kicking butt in Mortal Kombat 1.
That game.
You feel me? MK1, and it was something else we was talking about that I was playing. I think we both said, man, look, I'm ready for the Starfield patch. Nah, I have not played.
He's like, no, that's not.
Nah, that's not. That's not.
That is in your
No. Oh, wait, you said Little Kitty, Big City, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad. I thought you were talking about the one free to play game for the weekend. I forgot. It's something with a city in it. But yeah, I played a little bit of that. Listen, I spent 10 minutes catching birds. and I'm a little evil black cat. You feel me? I'm running around just knocking everything over, every plant base, like just being a cat. You know what I'm saying?
Being a cat. Causing trouble.
I get carted out of storefronts all the time because they're like, stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Just being a nuisance. And I've been
Being
playing
a
the
bad
finals
kitty.
as well. Been playing the finals.
Yeah.
It's, in my opinion, the best shooter on the market.
Ooh,
Really?
strong
It's
words.
It's the only really true next generation shooter. You know what I'm saying? Everything else is pretty much
Ouch.
and
I played the beta for it, and like, did you guys play the beta? Or I don't know
Yeah.
if you do. You
I
play
played
it regularly.
yeah, I play
It's
regularly.
like there was something about the beta where you were like, "There's a lot of good here,"
Mhm.
but the TTK was horrible.
Yeah.
It was
depending on who
really
you're shooting.
bad,
Yeah.
and but there was a lot of cool stuff about it. Did they
Yes.
fix that balance and all of that?
Yeah. So the TTK really depends. If you're going against other light people, that's a light build. You can kill them like that if you hit your shots. And then the medium builds got more health, and the big builds take the most health. Like
But
so
they're
it's,
slower,
it's
right?
they slower. So it's draws and weaknesses.
Mhm.
Like they don't jump as far. They like they're easier to hit, but they do take a little damage. But as long as you approach them right, you can pretty much. It's the balance that I need right now is really. I just hate fire. Fire is really OP, but maybe it's because I'm a small character. Like I said, I die quick.
I
So
feel like in every game, fire is always OP.
Yeah,
Fire is
it's-
always OP.
Fire.
it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Hellfire. I like that number brings that up because that's kind of how I felt. When I played the finals, I was like, there's something here. It didn't grab me enough to stick with the finals, but I definitely saw through. I was like, there is a game here. Like this could, if they harness it, this could definitely stick around for a while because we've seen so many COD killers come and go, with the frickin' breeze, like in and out.
This,
And
I tell you though, this
you know?
this is really being slept on. Like they added a new mode, 5v5, where it's kind of like Overwatch, where you just got the team that stay on the platform the most get the furthest. And in the end, whoever got the platform the furthest wins. So that's fun because you really just focusing on killing and holding the platform. The other modes is like, especially during the beta, you had to get the money, you had to go run and bank it, like you had to.
Yep.
I didn't. I'm not a fan. I haven't touched that mode since the 5v5
I like that
mode.
mode.
Yeah,
This is
I mean, it's a good
different.
mode.
It's
Yeah,
just
it's definitely
different,
different.
right?
Yeah. But me, I just like shooting things. Like, just let me go kill.
Yeah.
something.
Same here, man.
Actually, COD. Sorry, I know we're down
Huh?
a rabbit hole. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
But COD added a mode like that too after the finals beta, where it's on the Warzone map and you play in groups of 4, and you go around banking money to be the
Oh,
final.
yes. That's a good. I actually really like that mode. I cannot remember what it's called for the life of me. I'm sure someone in chat knows, but I played that one. It's pretty good. Before we get too down the rabbit hole, let me introduce you guys in case you forgot. This is Panda. What's up, Panda? How you doing?
Am I though? No, I'm kidding. I am really, really good. It's been really cold in New Zealand and it's been like really good weather. So I've been spending a lot of time outside in the sun. I know I look really pasty, so you can't tell that, but
you got a beautiful haircut though, and we noticed. The gentleman noticed. Yep.
Compliments out.
I've been playing Diablo 4 again, and a little kitty in
Nice.
a big city. What else have I been playing?
Panda, why couldn't you just wait? The new season of Diablo is in
Well,
next week.
because I wanted to
like-
kind of just get the cobwebs out.
I feel you.
Yeah.
As long as you're staying for the new season, because I'm back out there
playing
next
new
week.
season. Like next week is Starfield and Diablo.
Starfield, Diablo, and then Hellblade.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah,
And then
that's why
Hellblade
I
after
downloaded
that,
Hellblade
and
just
then
because I need to get the
Hypercharge
cobwebs out
after
of there.
that.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
So I don't know if I have any free time to do anything else other than game.
That's a good problem to have.
It's almost winter, so I'll be just stuck inside. That'll be
Yep.
my life for the next few months.
Yeah,
Lyric
I just
saying this is the best looking podcast in the world. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
I know he's not talking about me, but I'm gonna pretend like he is.
Yeah, don't feel rest your head up a little too much. I compliment
That's already big
everything.
enough. Yeah. I've been playing Orcs Must Die. I'm addicted to that game. It's a lot of fun. If you like that sort of game, definitely give it a try. And I downloaded Hellblade again just to just get in that mood, get in that Hellblade mood.
I might go through Hellblade again. The only reason I didn't yet because I got that one last achievement, get all the lore stones.
Oh, I'm not fucking with that shit. No.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm telling you, I'm right there with it, yo.
It's gonna be at 900. I don't give a shit.
Because I started playing and I was my bad.
As long as you know where on the disc it is, like which ones you're missing, which will show up in red, you can just go to the chapter select.
No, that's the thing. I beat the game, but they it's like my save don't exist. I can't chapter select. Yeah.
Oh,
it's crazy.
Okay.
So, you know what? I'm gonna just do that then. I'm gonna just play through the game again because I just love the game. It's fantastic.
It's not that long, anyways, right?
Yeah.
So why not?
I just chapter select.
Hellblade video recently about sort of what went into the making of this game, and it came out like yesterday, I think. Was it yesterday the video?
Yeah, it was a couple.
Really
I think it was a couple of days ago or something. Yeah,
and it just reminded me of sort of the love and care and dedication that went into the first title, and it just makes me just really want to play this title and appreciate again the love and care that's gonna go into this one, or that's gone into this one, to really signify what it is like living with psychosis. Yeah, I think it's a great way to understand
man, it's beautiful. At this point, it's not game; it's an art. You know, like
it is art.
It's art, man. Few games make me feel that way.
Yeah,
it's sort of poignant that it's releasing in May because it's Mental Health Awareness Month too. So I wonder
they did that on purpose. That's got to be on purpose, right? Yeah,
you would think so.
I mean, you're talking about a team who's made is now making their second game is coming out that has to do with that, and their other side project also. I think has to do Project Mara. Isn't that a psychosis game as well? Am I incorrect, or is it a different? I think it was some sort of
one at least.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's got to be on purpose, I would say. What's up, Web Dave? What's up, brother? Welcome out to a bunch of people out here supporting us as usual. We got 113 people watching us across X and YouTube. Appreciate you guys. Awesome. Blue Number, what have you been playing? What games have you been playing lately?
Very ironically, I was on a work trip this last week. I was in Seattle, so
cool.
The last week I haven't been playing very much. I did hop into Have a Nice Death today,
Okay.
And
Yeah.
that was really fun. I mean, it's kind of a roguelike, right? Almost like Slay the Spire style.
Kind of reminded me of like oh god, what's the name? Silk Song. Like that
Yeah,
that game, kind of something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it was fun, and I played it on Cloud, which I haven't launched Cloud in a while.
Okay.
I haven't
Because
touched
the
Cloud in a
last
long
time I
time.
Yeah, me
tried
either.
Cloud, it was just like forget about it.
Mhm.
But I'm telling you, it popped right up. I was really, really happy about it. But I always play Call of Duty just like Panda plays Halo Infinite.
I see you always playing COD.
That's
I gotta
my
play some COD, more
multiplayer.
COD with you. That's your
Yeah, you
that's
have
your
to.
jam.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
it is.
played together. I think one time.
One time.
And
And
Blue
Galveston.
can play. Like and Galveston, absolutely. We definitely. I got to get back into COD, man. I haven't touched it in a
I do need
while.
to spend more time in COD too.
It's a great.
Yes,
It's a
Samantha.
great game.
I'm waiting for them to come to Game Pass, man. When they get the Game Pass, I'll be all in.
Yeah.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, we got to talk about that tonight. If it is it coming to Game Pass?
Yes, man. Look, I'm not.
I don't know.
Listen,
Yeah.
I spoke to Sarah Bonds personally.
Yeah.
Personally, I hit her after that interview, and I said,
You
"Friend,
talked to the
are you
queen?
okay?" I talked to her, man.
I
Oh,
did
you're
really
okay? Is that-
Yeah, I asked her if she was okay, and she said, "Yo, listen." She said, "Yo, listen. Running the most profitable division of Microsoft is not an easy task." She said, "Me and Phil
when
have
you're
our
kicking
hands
Windows
full."
ass.
You know, when you out here doing things like that, you know, it's a stressful job. So, you know. And then she confirmed that yes, Call of Duty is coming to Game Pass.
There you go. You heard
There
it
you go.
from
I know that
Nero.
breaks a lot of hearts. They don't want to hear it, but you know, come November, we all gonna be in Call of Duty. Everybody, the whole world is gonna be in Call of Duty at this point. We're all gonna have a blast. All of us Game
So
Pass
much Call of
peasants,
Duty.
as they call us, we're gonna have a blast.
Yeah.
And that's a whole
Absolutely.
nother conversation in itself, right? Like what they're gonna do at Call of Duty, how they're gonna do it. And I'm not just talking the new, I'm talking like old too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that's what I'm
very
more
interested.
concerned about because it seemed like it would be easier to just drop the new one day one in there. But how do you trickle all the other ones in there? Do you drop them
That's
all in
a
there
lot
at
of
once,
games.
or that's a lot of
It is.
games?
It's a lot. I don't
I
know.
would-
They could
Go ahead,
just a rolling of one a month or one every 2 weeks.
Well,
That's
I feel
kinda
like
where
that's what they
that's
should have
kinda where
been
I'm
doing, in
landing,
my
too.
opinion. Like I feel like they
Yeah.
should have been kind of trickling them in there because it's like once you get the new Call of Duty Day One, if we get that this year, which we will, it's like. Is anybody else gonna like really care to? Well, I don't know. Call of Duty is Call of
No,
Duty.
that's not true. There's a
servers,
lot of
so-
people who do you remember when they turned the servers were
Yes.
disgusted,
Yeah.
right?
all the Black
What was it,
Ops
Last
games.
Call?
Everyone jumped on that shit, including myself. It's a nostalgia
And
thing.
then there were
Like, oh,
cheaters
it's back.
like 2 days in. But
Yes. Always. Always.
Oh,
they're like,
damn
it's way
cheaters.
easier to cheat then. Let's just go back there, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
I still get all my old cheats from back in the day. Yeah, let's use get those going again.
Say then.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's get through. We're definitely going to talk about Call of Duty and the whole Game Pass fiasco and how it's kind of rearing its head up all over again. But let's go through. I'm going to go through some quick news stuff. This is kind of good news. So Lords of the Fallen and Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2. One of the worst titles I've ever heard. Will be heading to Game Pass soon.
wait, is it gonna be a bad game?
I honestly I don't know. I looked at the
Oh.
trailer. It actually looks pretty cool.
Right, I mean,
just
I
a terrible name. That's it.
Oh, the name. Yeah, the name is kind of crazy.
Yeah, the
I'm
name
happy-
is
I'm happy
is
you
doo-doo.
read it and not me. Yeah.
No, I'm looking forward to Lords of the Fallen. That's
Yeah, me
something that
too,
was
man.
on. That game looks really good.
Yo,
I
did you
know
hear it had a big
Peter was
patch?
praising it.
Yeah, it had a big patch because it got a lot of slander, right?
Yeah,
At release, it was kind of, but I mean, a lot of UE5 games this generation, so like day one has been kind of off, unless it's like indie games, in my opinion, and
Mhm.
or the finals as well. That's a great UE5 game, UE5 shooter. But
I forgot
yeah,
that was
it-
UE5, dude.
yeah, I know,
There you
right?
go.
It got
can
a big.
be done. See,
It can be done, man. It just takes time and
this
direction
takes
and
time.
just a little time and polish, man. But
Mm-hmm.
they gave it a big overhaul, man. Lords of the Fallen got a big 1.3, I believe, update. It might be 1.5, but I feel like it was something weird like 1.3. That's why I'm remembering it. But it's a huge patch, man, for free, and it overhauls the game. And
I think
adds
that
stuff.
update just happened in April too.
Yep.
Like I think that
Yep.
was their last big one too that you're talking
Definitely.
about. So,
So if it come to Game Pass and it's in the best playable state since launch. Hey, that's a win for us right there, man. You know?
Yeah, I mean it's coming. This is the new report. Only it says that CI Games has an agreement with Microsoft to provide the 2 games in the Game Pass program conducted by Microsoft in the year 2024. So this is definitely. This is not one of those weird rumors that this is happening, which is great.
Right.
So that's what we like to see, more games in Game Pass. Well, you got a bunch of people telling you should quit the service. Saying bah humbug to that bullshit.
Not a silly.
A lot of silly takes going on right now. A lot of doom and gloom. I understand
and that's why I'm here to combat it, man.
Yeah, that's why I got Nero.
That's why I'm here, guys.
We also got, and you put this in here, Nero. I'm glad you saw this today. State of Decay 3 is reportedly coming along very, very well, according.
That's not all over the news, though, Retry. Where's the IGN articles? Where's the dev speaking out saying, "Hey,
they only want to report on the fact that Perfect Dark isn't doing well. Yeah.
Well, you know what I love about that, though?
That too, though,
that exactly, Nero. So listen. The last time, and we know some of these guys, right? The last time this went down, when we were talking about the games that were going over to the PlayStation, Nate the Hate kind of sparked that whole thing, and then Jeff Grubb kind of doubled down talking about Gears and other games going over. Everything that Nate and Grubb talked about going over has not gone over to PlayStation yet. I say yet because who knows? But it's funny because we just heard Grubb saying that he's hearing all kinds of issues with Perfect Dark, and then within 24 hours, Nate the Hate is saying the exact opposite. So I'm kind of just like, what are we supposed to believe, right?
Engagement farming.
And then Grubb, I said this last week. What bothers me about Grubb is the second someone says negative about something else, Grubb comes in and goes, "Oh, I heard about this. This is also bad." He's done it. I got multiple instances of him doing this. So it's kind of, it gets a little bit annoying to me. And I like Grubb, dude, but man, it's like when it rains, it pours. Some of these guys just love to like, well, you know what I heard? That's all. Like, why didn't you say that a week ago? Why is it within 24 hours that all of a sudden
hardwired to pay attention to negative news?
And you know what I hate the most about this gloom and doom stuff, right? And we'll talk about it more, is they never speak from the perspective of a gamer. How is as a gamer on Xbox right now, you are eating good. You have updates for Starfield coming. You have Hellblade coming. You have Lords of the Fallen getting stuff dropped. Star Wars Jedi Survivor just dropped. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many games coming. We have a showcase announced. Sarah Bonds has promised us future hardware, powerful hardware. She has promised us she started a team for game preservation. Like, as an Xbox fan, how can you not love all that's right here? And it's like the media never points out how good we got it right now and how good everything is. They just so focused on bringing this rainy future that they just, for some reason, want Xbox to fail or something. Like, I just don't. I don't get it. Like, it's a lot of concerning things out here, and some things Xbox do I don't agree with, but it's a reason that Xbox is more profitable than Windows at the moment. It's a reason why they having record-breaking profits while hardware being down. It's a reason why all this is going on. So I'm gonna trust their direction, and the people that got us back to loving Xbox as it is. One moment Phil Spencer is the savior, and then as soon as you get some gloom and doom news from Jeff, rumors at that. Phil. You know what I'm saying? They nuked that man. They nuked that man platform, man. I just left Phil Spencer's house in '76 before it got nuked. So I hope you don't think I backdoored him. I hope you don't think I had anything to do with it. I did not. I just
give it the GPS coordinates. You were like, wait 10 minutes. I need to get away from the area.
Hey, that is shout out to that guy who did that. Like, that was hilarious.
That was pretty funny.
And Phil Spencer is a real gamer because he's gonna get his revenge. That's dope. He's gonna get.
He just nukes the servers.
Yeah.
What up, everybody?
I can destroy everything.
Give a game breaking.
Don't wish that on us, Panda.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
On us 76 fans, don't wish that on us.
Yo, and I'm sorry. I don't mean to keep getting off track, but it's a nice Fallout 76 update that's coming. They're giving free DLC and they're adding a new section to the bottom of the map with new lore, new quests, new creatures, new enemies. So, a nice another update coming for Fallout 76. It's in a great place, and I'm getting back into it. It's just gonna be hard with Starfield right there.
Yeah, Yeah.
I'll manage.
So take the news with State of Decay. You can believe and hate the hate or not, but
See State of Decay 3 at next year's Xbox showcase. I don't think
think next year, maybe not this year.
I think there's so much
It'll
that
be there in
they're
June.
preparing for the next 12 months. That
Go ahead, Baloo.
nice.
What were you saying?
I said Nate the Hate said that it was going to be there in June.
He did say that.
I
Yeah.
really do got a
could
feeling that
be.
it's gonna be there. I think that's
I think
a lot
it's going to be
closer
there
than-
too.
Yeah, I think it's a
I
lot
just
closer
want
than what we think. Because Phil
Us
Spencer
for it.
specifically said that's one of his most anticipated
No,
games.
it's going to be at the Game of the
Yeah.
Year awards. That's where it's going to be. Okay.
Hey, you might be right. You might be right. You might be right.
I just want to see it, man. I just want to see it, like what it actually is, instead of the concept trailer. But I'm
Yeah.
excited for that game. So hopefully, State of Decay
I
is
got
there.
full trust in them, man. Like the few, like I played State of Decay 1, I played a bit of 2 definitely. And the one thing I always wanted was, man, it would be dope to have zombie animals in this game. Like that's just the one thing I
Yeah.
always thought about. So
They're
as
always
soon
missing
as-
that, right?
You know, they
Yeah.
always missing
They
that. in the
always miss
apocalypse,
that.
man.
Also,
So-
all
You
dogs are gone. Like all
All the
dogs,
dogs
just
are
disappear
gone.
off of the
Come on,
planet. Like when that shit happens.
Unless I hate to be this guy, unless you're a certain person trying to avenge your father that's not your father, and you just killing a bunch of dogs throughout the campaign. Ellie, I'm looking at you, Ellie, and Last of Us Part 2. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. A lot of
Hey,
dogs
we've
got
all
killed
seen
there.
Resident Evil. You kill those dogs quick.
Yeah. Those are bad dogs.
Those are zombie dogs, though. They're not regular dogs. Like you're like,
Yeah.
oh man, I'm just
Even zombie crows, all of them. You just
Zombie crows,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
That was a
fucking
thing in
crows
Days
are so
Gone.
annoying.
Yeah, that's where.
Yeah. All right, let me move on to the next thing. So, because we have a section called Quick News, and it's never fucking quick
It's
on the
never
ADS
quick,
podcast
yo.
because we cannot help ourselves.
It's never cool.
So this is the Hasbro story, and I'll go over this real quick because I think it's really important to understand. Well, everyone's like doom and glooming the whole industry, and shit is like going downhill. Where you have a company like Hasbro that is investing over $1 billion into gaming now. You know what I mean? So. Well, everyone's talking doom and gloom. There's other things that are happening, right? So last year was a massive one for Hasbro's video game business with Monopoly Go and Baldur's Gate 3 providing the toy maker with 2 of its biggest hits in games to date. So there you go. But with those were licensing deals. So obviously Hasbro got a lot of money for Baldur's Gate because of the D&D universe. That's why they had to license with Hasbro because they own that universe, which Baldur's Gate is kind of living in. But the biggest takeaway is, honestly, it's a little, which will be surprising to a lot of people, they say, is that Hasbro is in fact making video games, says, I don't know who this guy is, whoever Ayub is probably the CEO. And we have a considerable investment in our studio structure. We've got over $1 billion in games right now being developed. The company has 4 AAA studios right now. There's North Carolina-based Atomic Arcade, which is working on a Snake Eyes G.I. Joe game that Ayub calls Not Your Daddy's G.I. Joe. So I'm guessing that's going to be, that's probably going to be a little spicy.
Bracer,
Yeah.
you need to learn to get names like this for your studio.
Yeah.
It's not Coffee Stain and Friends. It's like
Coffee
Atomic
Stain and
Arcade.
Friends.
Like
Those were the
That
worst
sounds
names
awesome, right?
ever. Yeah.
100%.
And then
Terrible.
how do you have 2 that are and friends? Like,
And friends. Like y'all
could
could
you just roll dice and this is what came out of it? I
It
don't
just kept
100%.
popping up on And
like
Friends.
a weird
Yeah.
generator.
Oh, shit. I love that you brought that up. Yes, Atomic Arcade.
I saw that and instantly thought of
Fantastic
it's a horrible
name. Let's see what else they got over here. Montreal-based Invoke Studios, good name, is working on a Dungeon and Dragon game, while the Austin, Texas-based Skeleton Key is, as the name suggests, doing something spooky, so some scary game maybe. Finally, there's another Austin shop called Archetype. Another great name, where BioWare veteran and Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic lead designer James Olin is working on a new franchise called Exodus. And Exodus is looking really good, guys. I don't know if you remember this trailer, that kind of sci-fi almost.
Yeah, I believe I remember.
yeah.
Yeah.
That
looked
sci-fi
great.
epic thing. That looks amazingly
Did they
good.
release new videos of it or something? New footage?
There's been, I don't know if there's been more than one trailer. I remember the original trailer. I don't think there's been anything
had me
since.
sold, man.
but that was probably my number. I can't remember exactly where they showed it, which show it was, but I do remember thinking Exodus was the best
Was it the
trailer
Game
out of the
Awards?
whole show. It was. I don't think. Was it last year's VGAs generals? I don't remember. I
Yeah, it
remember
was
going,
last year,
That's the
yes.
game. That's the game. So good on Hasbro. They're not just making board games anymore. They're moving on to bigger and better things. And the last.
Sorry, I was just gonna say their
Whoa.
company was built on play, and like Hasbro purchased Sony. I'm kidding.
There
What
you go.
happened to Nero?
I don't know. I all I heard. I was on a different
Nah,
tab.
my phone.
Are you
my phone
okay?
dropped.
Are you
Nah,
alive?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
All right.
You're right,
My
Jack.
phone dropped.
Okay.
So continue. I'll stop interrupting.
No, you're good. You're good. We got one more piece of quick news here, and that's just mentioning Hypercharge is coming out to Xbox May 31st. If you guys don't know what this is, it's basically like toy soldiers and your old school. Your old school toys come to life in a playground. The game. A lot of people didn't believe this was coming to Xbox because the developers have been talking about it for years now. I've been following this what feels like for 3 years. So I think a lot of people started to believe that Hypercharge wasn't coming to Xbox at all. But I think we got to remember that Hypercharge is made by 5 guys, all friends. I don't know if you guys saw the developer on Twitter, like literally crying. He was so
Very
overjoyed.
passionate.
Yeah, dude, that's passion, bro. That's like 5 people have been busting their ass for years, finally getting onto Xbox. They've been trying to get on the Xbox for a long time, and it's finally happening. So I'm super excited about it. Yeah, I think it looks great.
The fact that you can just customize your own little action figure because you'll have your action figure for the game. I was like,
Yes.
This makes me just want to go back and watch the movie Toy Soldiers.
Yeah, that's exactly. It's the Toy
100%.
Soldiers thing. That's what it makes me think of. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Abdel says game legit looks fun. I hope it's good, man. I hope it's good. Yeah, Def Leppard, IGN suck. There you go. Yeah, we approve of that message here.
As long as the servers are better than Halo's, then it's already in for a win right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And shout out to them. Like I said, that passion is a beautiful thing to see, man. And it has been a long time coming. It seemed like for the last 5 years, it seemed like it hasn't been that long, but it seemed like it's been that long.
Felt like it.
Really dope clips, and I'm like, is this real? Like, is this a real thing? And it's here, man. So I wish they get. I hope they get all the support they can get, man, and I hope it thrives.
And you said $30, right, Nero? What's the price on that?
$30.
Yeah.
Yep.
It just makes me remember, like, I used to play with my brothers, like, Transformers and action figures, because we always had Barbies. And I was like, I wanted to play with all the action figures. They were so much cooler.
Exactly, Panda. You would be correct on that one.
Yeah.
What's up, Umbra? How you doing, brother? Welcome out. Let's see.
What's up,
All
bro?
right. I guess we can pull the Band-Aid off. We're about 30 minutes in.
By the way, man, we got a lot of people.
That was quick.
Yeah. Yeah, we got through the.
We
That's
got
as fast
through
as.
it.
That's as fast as we've ever gotten through the quick news. It's usually an hour. We're terrible at this. Let's. All right.
And we rushed through all the other news to try and get under 3 hours.
Yeah, get to the
Quick
good stuff.
adjacent news.
Right, yeah, exactly. Adjacent news.
Right.
Now
On
that
the other side of things.
now that I got through all the positive stuff and all the great things that happened, let's talk about the shitstorm that is Xbox.
Let's talk about it, man.
You know how it is. I was making a video this week and it was nothing but it was June showcase, it was nothing but good news. And then Tuesday happened and Microsoft was like, no, fuck you, Retri. Let's throw you a curveball. And I was like, damn you. So my video didn't come out till Friday because I had to add in this stuff and try to not be a dick about this whole situation because it does suck. But Microsoft, of course, as everybody knows by now, shuts down Bethesda Studios behind Redfall and Hi-Fi Rush. Xbox Game Studios head Matt Booty sent out an email to staff announcing the complete shutdown of Arcane Austin, Tango Gameworks, and more. In an email sent this morning, which was several mornings ago, head of Xbox Game Studios, Matt Booty, announced the closure of several game studios, including Redfall developer Arcane Austin, Hi-Fi Rush developer Tango Gameworks, Alpha Dog Games, and more. According to the email, as first reported by IGN, boo IGN, Booty wrote the reason for the closures was
IGN suck.
to a prioritization of titles and resources. So, shifting things around. Some staff at the affected studios will be relocated while other studios will completely shut down. To give this more context, I do want to give this more context because I don't want to make it seem as black and white as the internet likes it to seem. So let's show this real quick here. So my guy Rebs Gaming, who usually puts out a lot of stuff for Halo, took a lot of the headlines out of the Bloomberg article that was written about this shutdown. And he says, here's why Microsoft shut down Tango Games and Arcane Austin. Microsoft owns ZeniMax, the parent company of Tango Games, Arcane, Bethesda, and more. The head of ZeniMax said they were about to collapse because they were supporting 9 studios with the lean central team. Tango and Arcane were looking to hire additional staff as they pitched new projects, which Matt Booty suggested was the main factor behind their closures. They closed down Tango and Arcane to allow ZeniMax to put more focus on fewer projects and avoid collapsing. So, I mean, that's it. It is what it is, guys. Right? Like it. Nobody likes this. It sucks. I'm gonna let you guys go first. I'm gonna actually go from the bottom up. I'm gonna go to you first, Blue, since you're our guest. How do you feel about this whole situation? And do you think it's dire for Xbox and how their management style and just everything that's going around? Let's big picture. What do you think about these studio closures that's going on here?
Yeah, it's a long question to answer.
I know. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I was actually super ironically, I was at Xbox on Monday. For at least half the day doing a tour, talking to people.
The day before this happened? Like the day before they announced it? So
Yes.
it's Blue's fault. Gotcha. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Wow.
The truth.
Yeah, it can hang it on my head. I met Pierre, which I thought of
cool.
you, Panda, because at 343, wonderful, and really, really nice guy. And so, I'm on this super high,
You're on the
seeing
high.
everything and
Yeah.
talking to all these people and, just really having a great time and just that was lovely, right? And then I wake up to, and then I'm on the West Coast, which I'm in Central Time Zone here. I'm in Chicago. And so when I wake up in the West Coast, I pick up my phone and I'm like, what? And I just was so shocked and just blown over because I just, and then I was like, I text a couple people and I was like, I feel like I'm so far behind here. It's 2 hours behind. How do you do this? But in all honesty, Arcane is my favorite studio out of all studios. So this one hit me harder.
Like Arcane Austin in particular, or just Arcane in general?
That's the problem is I think a lot of people go, oh, well, it's just Redfall, so who cares? I've heard that a lot. And
it's not though, right?
Yeah,
it's not. It's
right.
not.
It's not that.
And there's a lot to be said about why Redfall was made.
Yes.
That wasn't Arcane's fault, it
Against
wasn't
their own
choice.
will, essentially. Right.
Yeah. Right. But they did Prey, which is arguably one of the best games ever made. And we know Prey 2 was being rumored as the next thing, right? Or something similar. And that it was a darling hit, right? But there's a lot of games out there that get a second iteration.
A second chance.
It's a darling hit, right? And there's a small, big player base for a lot of Arcane games. This This is my Corvo mask. Like Dishonored is my second favorite game, and they helped on Dishonored, right? And
yes, they did.
so
A lot of people don't know that, Blue, too. They just think it was the other studio. They absolutely were working on Dishonored 1 and 2. So
they're a big support studio back and forth between Leon and Austin. So
right.
for all of you who think that they were just Redfall and Prey, it's not true. They did a ton of other stuff. They helped out with a lot of things. And I do believe that some of the employees from Austin are given the opportunity to move over to a different studio. So
that's awesome. That's some type of.
I mean, all jobs aren't lost, but
yeah,
you know, would you like to move to France from Austin?
Right.
You know,
that's
or like
that's a great point, Blue. Like, you might,
really difficult.
if you're relocating to the Arcane, you're changing countries. it's not a
I don't know.
small deal.
They might have remote work, or maybe they're offering it even like within the ZeniMax, over branching area. But the fact remains that with and then, I mean, there's just a lot to talk about here, right? Because Tango also doesn't really make a lot of sense, because obviously we all know Hi-Fi Rush.
That's the one I scratch my head on. Yeah,
it's the only Japanese studio, and they've said they're committed to push to this Japanese market, and
that's my biggest problem right there, Blue.
Right,
that's
right?
it. That way you just said.
It's just a lot to talk about, and how you unpack it, I don't really know. At the end of the day, the thing that I wanted to know more about was, her name was Jill. You read it. I don't remember her last name, but they were essentially saying they were top heavy and they were going to tumble internally within ZeniMax, right?
Right. Yes.
So that's probably true. We probably don't see it from the outside, right? But when you have these big blockbuster studios like Bethesda proper, right, working on ESO, working on Fallout 76, working on Starfield, right, all of these big games, you kind of forget that they have all these other ones too. And like Mighty Doom was a mobile game. I have no idea how well that did or didn't do. I have no idea. But
it had some love, but it wasn't a great game.
Yeah, okay.
It wasn't.
So, that did get a lot of
Activision, who has all of this mobile stuff, right?
Right. So it kind of made sense to let them go.
I mean, it doesn't. It's hard to say.
Absorbing them, right?
People losing their jobs, right? So you blow the fact that
people are out of work.
Right.
100%.
Right. Yeah. But
the thing, like to like what I was on a podcast the other day, and I said this like to people online is you can feel bad for them but still you're not a jerk if you and you can still understand why it happened. You don't have to like it. I don't like Tango bothers me to no end. Just getting rid of your only Japanese studio, like you said earlier, Blue, like, and that's your only footprint in there where you're getting your ass kicked, by the way, in Japan, and you just took away your only studio there. Whether it makes sense because the studio's games don't sell a ton, but I personally think you kind of take that as a loss. And a lot of people didn't like that. Like, oh, that's stupid business. But maybe you do take it as a loss leader. I would have expanded Tango out. I would have made Tango my epicenter for everything Japan for Xbox. But instead, they just got rid of them. You know what I'm saying?
And,
like, I would have done the opposite. I would have infused them with money. You know what I mean? Personally. But, I don't have the numbers. But
and then I get confused because, well, first of all, Tango is also like really the only, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's really the only studio they have that does horror. Right, which is unique and very Capcom shows that horror sells, right?
Yeah.
And they do it very well. The Evil Within is loved by tons of people, although they didn't sell that well.
Another right. I mean, you go through the catalog, it's like a lot of games received really like critically do like get the thumbs up by critics, right? But they still don't sell.
But they're fantastic games. It's
but
just
they're great games, right?
That's the problem. That's the problem. I feel like, was the marketing not right? Did people not see enough gameplay? Was it word of mouth? Was it not word of mouth? Like what was it that people didn't see enough to say, let me try it? But now arguably they were they were full price games that were under before they were purchased by Microsoft, right? Because that was only 3 years ago. So, that economy is a little bit different when you're talking about people going out and having to buy this game or that game, right? But when you put
Right.
it in Game Pass, if those games had been in Game Pass day one, maybe,
Good point.
like maybe
Good
they would
point.
get more views at least, right? And then a little more
Right.
buzz or a little more hype. But when you're talking about games that are already 2, 3, 4 years old, being ported into, at least for those older games, right?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, it's just it's heartbreaking. And then you think, okay, sure, ZeniMax, right, is its own bubble. And
Mm-hmm.
we've been told that Microsoft, lets these studios kind of act on their own and they check in and make sure they're good, that kind of thing. So if ZeniMax isn't good, I understand going in and taking an internal hard look within there. But is there a way? I don't know. Is there a way to balance from another, from other areas to help bolster what they're doing? Because supposedly the only reason that these studios were chosen was because they were the furthest out. They were pitching new games, right? They were the furthest out from having anything to put on the
Release.
street.
Yeah.
And they needed to hire new people to do it.
Right.
So that's more capital.
So they
more
saw
capital,
extra,
more
right?
capital.
They saw extra
Well, it's like
costs on top of,
You're
yeah.
funding.
But that's such a bad
3-4
reason.
years of development, right? That's 3-4
Yeah.
years of no return on investment.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that too. I mean,
Yeah.
from a fan perspective, it hurts, but from a business perspective, I'm like, I kind of
And-
see a little understanding in it. Like, I hate that it had to happen.
I agree. Yeah.
But Microsoft got so many studios where it's like, that's why I need to see specific numbers. I need to see how many people was offered the chance to go to another internal studio with Microsoft. Like if you was able to go to the other Arcane Leon, or if you was able to go other places.
Yeah.
I think the downside, because we have to be honest, as much as it hurts, if Xbox never bought Bethesda, these same studios would be getting shut down today, probably even more.
I do agree with that, and I don't think people understand that. It's the same
And I
thing
know
with the
that's a harsh
ABK
reality.
layoffs.
Yeah, it's a harsh reality, but these companies sold for a
Yep.
reason. If a company was so well off, they wouldn't have even been shopping around at the option of selling to Microsoft or being purchased. So these studios would have gotten closed anyway. So hopefully it's not. I mean, thankfully it's not even more. This not justifying this, and I hope everybody lands on their feet. But
Well, Tom Henderson says there's another 12 to 18 months of
Of layoffs.
closings and things coming. And
it's-
I don't think he specifically just meant Microsoft. I think he meant the
Yeah,
gaming.
that's the
everybody.
thing. That's the thing. As much as this hurt, the way the media ran to it, you would have only thought this only happened with Xbox, but this is going on everywhere. And this is not me justifying it, but Grand Theft Auto is the biggest franchise and IP in gaming, period. The most profitable, right? When GTA 6 drop, I guarantee you console sales is going to go back up. You're not able to play that on PC day one. So you're going to have to go, if you just a PC master race, if you really want to play GTA, you're going to have to go pick up a PS5 or a Series X, and you're going to have to just get in on that. That's going to be a console seller right there. So I
But
feel
there'll
like
be layoffs following that game anyway because of the amount of overhiring they did to deliver the product.
exactly. It's already been layoffs.
Everybody
Yeah.
overhired. Yeah, they're
Everybody
look at
overhired.
their, yeah, they're talking like
And
what, $1 billion for that
sense.
game?
When
Like,
you
come
have
on.
more people working at home, you might need more people. You might need you would have to overhire. Essentially, you would think, for remote jobs, stuff like that. I would think so. But now that life is back on normal for the most part, and people is getting back to their jobs and stuff like that, getting back to the office, I think downsizing is needing to happen. And it's not just Xbox thing; the entire industry, from Ubisoft to EA to
Look at the
Sony.
screen right now. Shout out to
Yeah.
Jamie Moran for putting this out. Mass PlayStation layoffs, Embracer layoffs, Take-Two layoffs, Xbox layoffs. Out of the 4 above, guess which one people are criticizing like it's the end over. You can voice concerns about gaming without making it 24/7. There's a big difference between constructive criticism and whining. And I don't, I don't think anyone on this panel, like nobody wants to see Tango. I don't want to see Arcane even leaving. I
Sure.
actually kind of liked Redfall. I
Yeah.
played it.
I
I
did
liked
too. I
their
was really
games.
hoping-
Later.
I was
Wasn't a
really
bad game.
hoping. I was really hoping for a Redfall comeback, and it was on the path to redemption. When they got that
Yeah.
October patch with the 60 frames, I played it, I beat it, I reviewed it. I loved it. I really enjoyed it. One of the most dope soundtracks of the game last year. I love the art style. So it was really the world building. This was a lot of lore in that game. So it wasn't a horrible game, but you got the media that just drags a lot of these games and Xbox games as a whole, and then turn around and act shocked when some things got to change.
It's funny. It's funny to me, like all the PlayStation guys going, we told you, and I was thinking, no, I also told you too. Like, I didn't shy away when this merger was happening. A year and a half ago, I said there was going to be layoffs, because this always happens when there's a merger. Like, it's not. I think maybe I don't know. Maybe a lot of Xbox guys didn't realize this, but of course it was going to be layoffs. There was going to be duplicate jobs, and what everyone is blaming Microsoft for something that fucking ABK did before Xbox even was looking at them, and that was hiring an extra 8,000 people, guys. They almost doubled their studio. I'm telling you right now. Like, when I got interviewed about the 1,900 people getting laid off, I said there will be more, and everyone's like, "What? 1,900? There's gonna be more layoffs this year, Retri?" Yeah, 100%.
You know how hard it is to get a COD out every single year? Like, that's why. I mean, that's why they were. I mean, there's a lot of reasons, but that's one of the big reasons they're talking about going to biannually, right? Just to get a little breathing room and not have this like flux of people in and out all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize how much. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I just wanted to mention on that the talking about it being biannually. I heard that was bullshit. I heard they were never even thinking about that, and I gotta kind of side on if it's a corporation. And I'm Microsoft, there's no fucking way I'm making COD biannual. There's no chance I'm doing that.
Way. It survived this long from coming out every year. Why change it now?
Take this with a grain of salt. I've heard from insiders that was never going to happen, and I gotta kind of believe that that's probably true, because why would you get rid of your giant money maker? It's too much of this. It's funny. Go ahead, Blue.
There are a lot of problems with COD. And
for sure.
I'm saying that even
as
from
the COD girl, right?
Well, and I'm saying that from streamers. It's probably the biggest esports and streaming game period, right? Like, it's just constantly this revenue stream for a lot of people, and even watching like daily streamers and stuff, they just rage about it. If you watch Dr. Disrespect or Tim the Tatman, they
That's
all
why
rage
he's making his own
about
game.
Yeah, we'll see
Dr.
how that
Disrespect.
goes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, so I thought, when I heard that, I was like, what? Like, really? But then you think, well, maybe if you give people a year off, they'll be so excited that it's coming back, right? In the sales.
More like a GTA type of feeling, just biannually. Like, you build up the
or maybe you
longer.
do it once or maybe twice, right? Just to kind of like feed that animal. But
I mean, I don't like, as a fan, I actually I liked the idea of it. I was like, yes, because then they can work on other stuff. It doesn't have to be COD. Like, I love the idea of it. I just didn't believe that the guys behind the financials were like, let's do that. Let's just piss away $1 billion every year. Let's do that.
Well, it'll be full price the entire time anyway.
Yes, that's a very good point, Blue. The one game that is very much like Nintendo, like, no, fuck you, you're paying $70. But yeah, it's interesting. But Nero, let's go to you about this whole situation with the layoffs and the studio closures, and how you feel about it, brother. You feel in a certain way?
I do feel a certain way, because it's always disappointing when people lose their jobs, like I said. But I also understand this is business. This is what comes. Like I said,
you're not allowed to say that. You're not allowed to say this is business.
I'm going to be an adult. I'm sorry. I'm going to be an adult here. I'm going to be a grown up like Sarah Bonds, and everybody was critiquing her body style and
her uncomfortableness.
But I mean,
dude, she looked uncomfortable. Obviously,
she did. But is she supposed to be comfortable after you lay off people and close?
No.
Is you supposed to be like? And if you think this is something that Sarah Bonds and Phil Spencer wanted to do, then I'm sorry, but you're a fucking idiot. If you think Phil Spencer woke up and said, yo, let's close Tangle, like this is not something they wanted to do. People got to realize this is something that has to be done. Right.
Yeah,
Just like Spider-Man 2 was extremely successful. Insomniac has been carrying, they have been carrying PlayStation this whole generation, and they still got hit with layoffs. You understand what I'm saying? GTA 6 is about to break records next year or the year after when it dropped. They got hit with layoffs. You know, at some point, people got to, you know, put their feelings aside. And at the end of the day, like, you know, this is what happens, you know. But what's the Stein guy name? The Xbox guy. I forget his name, man. But he just posted, he was excited for the showcase. And he was getting a lot of hate and a lot of
one of the community. Are you talking about the community? One of the community managers?
Yeah, one of the community managers. And it's just sad because even he said, you know, and then what is sad, and I'm gonna name drop. You got Alana Pierce's of the world. You got, I forget the specific people name, saying pretty much boycott Xbox. So let me get this right. Studios close, people lose their jobs. So the rest of the other 30 studios that's still under Xbox, the thousands of people that's still working there, you should not support their game anymore.
That's what I said, brother.
You should not support the continuation of indie games and games that got shitted on by the media, like Lords of the Fallen.
Punishing
so many people is going to be, you punish everybody. That's not their fault. That's a very ignorant stance to take, especially when you're a developer. Your heart can go out to your fellow devs for losing their job. But if you're in the business, you should understand you're in the fucking business. This happens. Did Alana Pierce speak up when Insomniac devs got laid off? I would really want to know. You're over there with Sony and you're losing your own coworkers.
Or so they don't play any Embracer games, period. Right? Like,
right. That as well. You know, so it's just like, at some point, we have to be grown-ups. We have to say, yo, this is sad, this sucks, but this is what it is. You know, we shouldn't let this consume us. And I'm sorry, but you see the bigger Xbox people like contemplating on leaving the brand. Listen, as a fucking Xbox console consumer, let me just speak on the console. I know you PC Master Race, right? Let me just speak from a console.
What are you talking about? I'm both.
I'm sorry, but look, me and Panda, we're gonna speak for the console people real quick. Right?
Okay.
Panda, let me get this.
Go ahead, sweetie.
Love it.
Let me get this off, man. Right. As a console player, you have gotten confirmation that another generation of gaming consoles is coming. Check. You have got confirmation that your games you have now and your games that's even older, you know, 360 games, they're all going to be preserved going forward. Check. You have a roadmap of games that is coming for the next 5. You can even go 10 years. We know 10 years from now, Fallout 5 is going to be here regardless. You have Elder Scrolls coming. You have Starfield DLC. You have a Doom Year Zero coming. You have the Coalition cooking up things. You feel what I'm saying? Like, hopefully we got another Halo entry being made. We have so many games, even just coming this year. We have Indiana Jones, Avowed, and the Starfield DLC. We got Hellblade 2 next week. Bro, we have so many damn games. It's like, why are none of the games that's coming being talked about? All the media is sitting here tearing down Xbox for doing what they doing and talking about Hi-Fi being, you know, they studio being closed. Hey, we have Hellblade 2 right here. All you people that's review bombing Hi-Fi Rush on Steam, but in a good way, going to give it, you know, 5 stars and just saying it's a great game. Please do that when Hellblade 2 drops.
Yeah.
Let's not wait until after a studio close or have layoffs or shut down to be like, man, that was a really good game, even though I didn't support it day one. And I technically didn't want it to succeed day one because it was an Xbox exclusive. Nah, man, let's support these games while they're here. And I'm sorry, but a lot of studios is waking up and smelling the coffee. Games is not selling as well as they used to. You understand what I'm saying? That's why you have even Ubisoft and EA getting in on the subscription, EA Play, Ubisoft Plus. Yeah, it's like, yo, listen, it broke my heart seeing, and look, this is no shade to Remedy. They are my favorite devs, but I gotta throw y'all a little bit of smoke.
Remedy's a good example.
Remedy was out here trying to recruit those Tango devs, talking about, hey, if you guys need a home, you can come over here. First of all, Remedy, Alan Wake 2 has yet to be profitable. And in my opinion, that's one of the best games made this generation, period. Alan Wake 2 is one of my favorites horror survival games, period. That game is goated. And it's only $50 on PC, right? So when I found out that game has yet to be profitable, that kind of hurt my heart, and it just made me realize people are not buying games and people are not supporting these devs like they claim to do.
Yo, I love that you brought up Remedy though, because Remedy is so much. Remedy and Tango have so much in common that I still, to this day, I've been waiting for someone to buy Remedy because I'm worried Remedy's going away.
Well,
Like,
Yeah,
they
it's
just
sad, you
what
know.
Tencent just did what 14.8.
Yeah, they invested
oh,
more.
that's
So
right. They
yeah, shout
reinvested.
out to them.
I hate to,
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but thank you, Tencent. Like, it's like-
Maybe Xbox should invest as
Shit.
well. Stop going for the big. Let's just own this. As you can see, it's a lot, and I
Get
hope
percentage.
I think they're learning this after Activision. I think they're gonna sit the fuck down, reevaluate,
True.
and say, "Yo, we got so many studios. Let's try to manage what we have."
Well,
Right?
Alan
Maybe
Wake 2 is on Steam, right?
you said it's not on Steam.
It's still not on Steam.
It's not. That's crazy. I mean, well, maybe they and Remedy just canceled the game, like the homie Reese said. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's like this is everywhere, man. So it just kind of tickled me when I seen Remedy devs saying, "Hey, come over here and get hired." When in my mind, I'm like, "Yo, your best game you ever created, not breaking profits yet." You know, maybe let's try to get some profits in here before we go hiring people. It'll be a shame for a Tango dev to go there and then you guys have to cut back as well. That's not me being funny. That's just me being kind of dope. Bro. It's sad. Remedy is proof that great games and great studios the games is just not fucking selling as well as they should.
Yeah, but I do wonder. Like, go ahead, Billu.
It just costs a ton of these games cost a lot to make, and
the complexity keeps going up. Yeah,
I just wonder. Is there a way? There's a way to make great games, right? And them not cost what they do.
Definitely.
This is where AI is coming in. Yeah.
Cap it.
Yeah.
I think you got to cap it.
More people lose their jobs. You know what I mean? There is
can I ask you all something? Because with that being said, that's why I'm more pro Game Pass and pro the PlayStation. That's why I'm more pro subscriptions, right? Because nowadays, when you drop a game, sales is not guaranteed. But guess what is guaranteed? A check from Xbox or PlayStation.
Thank you.
Get your game in today. So it's like, let's get this, 50 million check or 100 million, however much Game Pass, Xbox is going to pay you. And then you also get sales as well. Sales is not guaranteed.
I don't blame them though for waiting 6 months or a year to make that deal.
Oh yeah, that's smart.
No.
That's
fine. You still get the check. You want those initial sales, right, Blue? I don't blame them either. But to Nero's point though, you can be one major AAA game from not existing anymore, and it's a scary. I'm not saying Game Pass is going to save everybody. You know what I mean? It does.
I'm sorry, but
Cyberpunk. They were so lucky.
Yeah, they was blessed. They was lucky, man. Yeah,
that's a good point, Panda.
And let's be honest, these suits are so fucking stupid. It's not the devs' fault. I'm sorry. People say support the devs. So let me support the devs, and let me let you know, Next Gen Nero supports you, and I feel you. It's these dumbass higher ups. You have Hogwarts Legacy drop and literally broke records. What do them motherfuckers say? They say, "Hey, we want to do live service games."
Yeah,
you literally you was the best selling game last year. And what do you say? You say, "Yo, let's not make DLC for Hogwarts. Let's not focus on Hogwarts Legacy 2. Let's do some type of silly ass live service shit that's gonna flop and fail." Just look at Suicide Squad.
Deliver KOTOR, but Harry Potter themed.
Right. See, yeah, that's.
I like what Jess says here, and this is kind of the sentiment that I've been saying, and I think that Nero was just kind of expressing earlier. He's saying calling for Xbox's demise when there are still over 20,000 people working there is certainly an interesting position to take for people who claim to support the devs. It's the same. It's the same take I have when I hear get rid of Phil, get rid of Sarah. They're ruining gaming for Xbox. And I think, man, you guys got short memories. We wouldn't fucking have Xbox if Phil wasn't around. Fact. Let me Satya was ready to kill this motherfucker, and Phil saved it. So you're bothered over 500 jobs. There could be 15,000 gone instead, 20,000. Come on.
And you know what really pissed me off? I'm sorry, but I got to speak up for Sarah Bonds. You stupid you stupid sons of guns. You insensitive idiots, brainless, spineless cowards to say that Sarah Bonds was a diversity hire and that she was just put out there to interview and just take the bullets for Microsoft because she's a black woman. That's highly fucking offensive because she is in the same position that Phil was in last year.
Yes, thank you.
Phil got a fucking promotion, and then they promoted Sarah. So where Phil Spencer was at this time last year doing fucking interviews, trying to explain the 30 FPS reason
that's Sarah now.
And all this shit. That's Sarah.
Exactly.
She's not a diversity. She worked her ass off. I was hoping that lady get a fucking bump. You understand what I'm saying? And she got this. Yeah. She's gonna handle this. those jobs is not easy, bro. People is gonna be tired. People is like, this is a busy month. You have Hellblade coming. You got the showcase next. Like, come on, these people are doing their best. And the thing is, Microsoft is being transparent with us. You know, some studios and some people don't know what games is coming this fall. PlayStation fans, I'm sorry, you guys don't know what the fuck true next generation games are. You guys don't have roadmaps. You guys have been getting I love Last of Us, I love Spider-Man. They're all good games, but you've been replaying the same shit 2 generations in a row. No new shit.
Fuck you has a question.
Oh, I saw
for you.
I saw this motherfucker. Yeah, I love your picture. Yes, my bald brother from London. I appreciate you taking it. Man, he is quick, man. You got to watch out for FarQ.
Honestly,
you fuck around.
He changes his gamer tag, his name to mess with me too. So
he does.
I mean, this is, no matter how you cut it, it is absolutely sad.
Okay, let's go to you, Panda. Give us your whole
studios closed
spiel.
down. And no matter how you look at it, they're, regardless of whether you're being absorbed or whether the studio's closing down, it's still a sad day for gamers as a whole, no matter what platform you sit on, because the whole industry is looking at the same thing. Like, we had that London studio closed down on PlayStation side, 5 days after Jim Ryan had been there?
Right, yeah.
And that was quite shocking. My biggest issue, though, is just the response relative to what the whole industry is doing. It's all on Xbox's and Microsoft's shoulder. The issue with them.
They're carrying the whole industry, apparently.
Yeah,
Panda.
they're carrying it all. It's all their fault. People are piling on numbers of Microsoft's all their layoffs over the last 2 years that are outside the gaming industry, and they're going, like, thousands of people have been made redundant or just lost their jobs in that respect. And I'm like, now you're making this conversation about something that isn't about gaming, and it's just interesting watching what's happening. Everyone's acting like the sky is falling. But when other people announce studio closures or even just layoffs in general, the response disparity is quite deafening in comparison. I know we talked about PlayStation last year about the timing with was it Bungie's layoffs right before Christmas was really poorly timed, and it should have been after Christmas, because that's when Microsoft did theirs after Christmas, after New Year's. But you're still not seeing the same level of response. People really just have this hate bandwagon for Microsoft as a whole, and it doesn't make sense to me. Like, if, for example, Microsoft had just visited some of these studios 5 days earlier and posted up a image of that,
and a picture with them,
find out 5 days later they've closed the studio, we would have rioting in the streets. The way it was reported in comparison on the PlayStation side, when Jim Ryan did the same thing, and then 5 days later that studio closed. Yes, it was reported on, but the level of reporting wouldn't have been the same as if the same exact thing had happened and Microsoft had, or Xbox had done the same thing. This just pisses me off. I'm so upset about Tango in the sense of Hi-Fi Rush. We're not going to get a sequel, and if we do, it's
I hate that.
Probably you'd have to make sure you've got the same people. Redfall, what is it? Arcane Austin. Upset about that, obviously, because again, they're not just Redfall, but I do understand why those studios have essentially been closed or absorbed into another studio. And much to Holly's point around that, is they are looking at the fact that they have at least 3 to 5 years before they're going to see a return on investment.
Right.
And if they're wanting to do anything outside of that, it's a lot of money, and they have to look at it as a business perspective and go, okay, we need to save some money here. We need to make sure that the other studios that do have projects that are closer to delivering on, we're going to be solvent, and they're going to be able to deliver on that and give and keep that promise around delivering us games on a regular basis. And I think that's really what they're trying to do. But it does feel like a little bit of Phil's power has been taken away from him around what they're doing. I'm
feeling that too.
I do agree with what a lot of speculation is online, that it sounds like Satya has really
like corporate over
Yeah,
Phil.
he's sort of like micromanaging.
You know what I
Xbox.
think it is, Panda? They seen them profits because Xbox is so profitable. I think it raised many eyebrows from the higher ups. Like, whoa. You know,
Well,
do we need to be more hands on? Which I would say no. You
Which
motherfuckers, you
sucks.
guys don't know really too much about gaming.
Yeah.
Leave it to the professionals. Leave it
That's
to the people you hire. Will be
that's what I love about
my take.
that's what I love
Yeah.
about get rid of Phil, so they can replace Phil by a more corporate motherfucker. Like that's your solution.
Don Metric
You're
again?
you're bitching about it being too corporate, and then you want to get rid of the one guy who isn't that. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But before I move on, I'll let you say something, Blue, because I can see you rearing up. Scarlett brings up a great point here. It says, did everyone forget about the list that came out showing the most played games on each platform and how it wasn't new games, but old existing games? Thank you. The average game was 7 years old, which it's crazy, but it is what it is. And that was across the board. That was PC, that was Nintendo, that was Xbox, that was everybody. PlayStation, that was everybody. But go ahead, Blue.
Yeah, that was over 60% of players playing those
Yep.
old games too, right? It was really surprising when I saw that.
Yeah.
But it seems it's just when it first hit me a few months ago and kind of, still kind of slaps me across the head every once in a while. Right around this time last year was right when the CMA had said, "Hey, we're not buying this. You can't do this," right? And we were all surprised. We were all, thought this would be a great thing and all that. But really, I think what we found is that the acquisition of ABK significantly changed the internal infrastructure of Xbox being the Xbox we know versus being part of the
100%.
Microsoft family, right?
I agree with that. I agree with that for sure.
And
Yeah.
to be to Nero's point is just the fact that also, like you said it, like they had this this huge profit, but actually the profit that was reported was because of ABK.
Was because of ABK. Right.
Yeah,
Not
it was
saying-
actually like they were down 5% in that quarter if you took out ABK. But
Yes.
to be fair, that's also just because the industry is stagnant and people have gone back to work and COVID isn't a thing anymore. And
Yes.
you know what I mean? There's a lot of issues. A lot of other people have lost jobs. The recession.
People don't have disposable incomes. like
Exactly,
used to.
right? There's a lot of reasons for that. It's not just because Microsoft did a bad thing or Xbox
Right.
is doing the right thing, right?
Thank you, Blue,
there's
for saying all that.
economical issue there. But
Yeah.
they did lose some money, right? And so in a world
Fair.
of shareholders, they're rabble, right? And
Mm-hmm.
they saw ABK come in and the cost of it and the boom that it brought, right, to the financials on Xbox. And I suspect that has changed some things.
I can't disagree with. I mean, I kind of like. It's like, yeah, of course, it's going corporate. Like when Satya's been involved for years directly with the gaming thing. Like, I guess I assumed it was going corporate, and people talking about Microsoft gaming versus Xbox gaming, which has been around, by the way, for over 2 years now. So I guess everyone wasn't paying attention. But I think it was obvious that this was going to happen. Of course, the money guys are going to get involved. It's unfortunate, and I do think it takes away some creativity too. Like, right, you're losing guys like Tango Gameworks. I was propping up Xbox for taking a chance on a game from a studio who doesn't make a game like Hi-Fi Rush. I was praising them left and right,
yeah.
and then
And the whole
that happens. It's like that's your creativity. You're kind of taking that away a little bit.
It's definitely frustrating, and that's why I say, sometimes Xbox leadership be picky and choosy when they want to come face the community. Like, I feel like it would be very dope for Phil Spencer to come out and talk about it. But what I did realize is before this news broke, Phil Spencer agreed to an interview with IGN after the showcase in June.
Yeah.
And with all the gloom and doom IGN does, he picked just the right people. I'm sure they're going to nail him to the cross. I'm sure they're going to ask him those tough questions. I hope they do. I hope they don't fold and be little fucking bitches when big boss Phil Spencer's in your fucking face. Now you don't want to ask the tough questions, but you make 1,000 articles throughout the fucking year saying why Xbox is failing. What's the point of Game Pass? So I want IGN to ask
up or
him
shut
some
up,
real
right?
question. Yeah, ask him some real shit.
Like
you know,
kind of funny did when they had Phil on. They asked him
he's a real
questions.
leader. He's a real gamer. He's not gonna run from that smoke. You feel what I'm saying? But you know, come speak, man. Come put the community at ease, because I know, you know, maybe, you know, and then again, the Twitter community don't reflect the entire Xbox community,
No,
or the
definitely
entire
not.
gaming community as a whole. So you might have a lot of crybabies on Twitter. You feel what I'm saying? But maybe those people Phil Spencer is playing Fallout 76, like just gaming with, you know, normal people. Maybe you
I
just see
played with him.
yeah, that's super dope.
Oh, little brag there.
That's super dope. Hey.
Name dropper. I would have said.
Hey, but leave it in that. I've been going at people. Listen, I seen a couple people, this very same guys who bumped into Phil Spencer and Fallout 76. They was all on this. You know what? Hey, I'm so happy. This is the best moment of my life. Those very same people is now saying Phil Spencer should be fired.
Well, that's true.
What are we doing here?
I don't know.
I like, 2 months ago, the highlight of your life was. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Sorry, brother. I just wanted to say I do like this. This is a reaction from Ben Diesel to something that Clobier was saying. Clobier was saying, I miss the old Xbox. I'm here to say I don't at all. What are you talking about?
Xbox do you miss?
The one that was the Xbox that was limping around with, what was it, Halo Gears Forza, that we heard about this shit forever. That's the one you miss. He says you're right. The old Xbox is gone. Thank God. I'm glad the old Xbox is gone. Thank you, Ben. He says Xbox is better than it ever has been. Look at the game library, play anywhere, the history, the future, Game Pass, and you're more miserable now than ever. Thank you. This is what I've been saying. I'm like, how greedy are we? Are we that much of a dicks that we have more shit to play more than ever, and we're still bitching, we're still complaining? Guy, you need to get out of this cesspool of negativity online. He says, enjoy the greatness.
I feel like it can't be real gamers complaining and gloom and dooming all day. I'm sorry, not sorry, but real gamers like us and people that's on the panel right now, like I'm sorry, like, yeah, we're content creators, you know, podcasters, we in the community, so we have to speak on this shit. But the real gamers is just out here fucking gaming, dude.
Well,
the real gamers
they don't give a fuck about any of this shit. They have no clue that Tango shut down. They have no clue that Arcane shut down. They just don't know.
Well, at this point, Panda, I wouldn't even call them casuals. I just call them legit the real gamers, because the so-called hardcore gamers are spending more time bitching and crying about fucking sell charts and Twitter Spaces for fucking 30 hours a day and shit, and it's only 24 hours a day. I don't get that. Like, how do you
Nero.
Space that's, you know what I'm saying? Like,
we're just making fun of Spaces, and you did a Space.
Hey, listen. I do a Space.
Motherfucker, we spent a half hour talking shit about Spaces, and the first thing he does Monday morning is go on Spaces.
I went in the Space because I'm sorry, but sometimes the stupidity is just top comedy. I'm sorry. Like, you listen. I don't take it serious no more. So when I go in Spaces, I'm literally going in there for shits and giggles to talk, to store and stuff, like, because I know where to find the real gamers and real gaming community at. The real gamers is in this podcast right now. The 281 people. These people in here, they deserve this version, this passionate version, this level head, like the real gaming and knowledgeable side of me. I'm sorry, but people on Twitter, they don't really fucking deserve that part of any of us, truth be told. I'm sorry, but the Twitter community, it should be a privilege bumping shoulders with real genuine people. Like, that app is just really a cesspool of toxicity, ignorance, fake gamers, racist, bigotry, sexist. Like, it's just so much shit. I mean, I know it's everywhere, but on that app, geez Louise, man. Like,
yeah, it's bad, man.
Come on, man.
In all reality, too, it represents about 0.05% of any actual, influence or
facts. Right. Like, and that's why I say I don't really give a fuck about Twitter Spaces. I joke and I shit and I giggle, because YouTube will show you where your traffic is coming from on your videos, your views. Like, most of my people that support me is already there. Like, not really too many motherfuckers from Twitter. Even though you got all these followers, like, not a lot of these people is gonna follow your path of success and what you want to do with your goals. Yeah, they do here.
283,
look,
baby.
Saying, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, even in those spaces, Reggie, don't worry. I kept telling people, we have a podcast every Saturday at 7 p.m.
That's why there's so many people here tonight.
Listen, I swear to God, Reggie, I legit told these people, listen, if you're coming into a space that I'm in and you hear me talking, you think you're about to hear some real gaming conversation and dialect, you're not gonna fucking hear it there. You're gonna hear it on my podcast or when I'm gonna guest on other people's podcasts. Y'all don't deserve the real gaming convos. They're not even real gamers. Why would I give fake game people I view as fake gamers, in my opinion? You know what I'm saying? Like real gaming intellect. Like that's pointless. And I tried that in the past. That's why I was so ecstatic when my guy Retri and Panda came to me and was like, let's do this podcast. I was like, fuck yeah, man. Let's give the community and people real shit to listen to. You feel what I'm saying? People that's not gonna threaten to sell their Xbox every time some bad news comes.
Don't do that. We can't afford new Xboxes. Everyone's poor, right? Like, why would you do that? Come on, man. I don't even throw controllers anymore because I'm like, that's $70.
I mean, I don't like returning the money back to the people who have bought my console and be like, sorry, not sorry, but I'm not selling it anymore.
Right, exactly. Panda.
Silent Cypher, funny.
Our fifth member joining us, Whiskey over here, not just cuddling up with Mama, showing some kitty love over here.
Hey,
yeah, what's up, buddy? It's Silence. Nero is triggering me. I'm selling my Xbox ASAP.
Nero's also on PC, so you're gonna have to not get a PC either.
Hey, listen.
I'm trying to convince him to go to get BC, get a PC.
Look, when y'all get GTA Day One,
side, we have cookies.
You know what I'm saying? Like when y'all get GTA, when a Grand Theft Auto game launch Day One on PC, that's when I'll be PCMR.
What are your thoughts on the narrative that is now? I'm really worried about Ninja Theory being next on the chart.
Oh my! See this?
Yeah, good. I'm glad you brought that up, Panda.
Well, Panda, that leads into our next topic. Should we talk about the Hi-Fi Rush Steam review bomb?
Yeah, if you want,
because that ties in.
Go ahead.
That ties in with that, Panda. Like I feel like it's fucking stupid. If you're so worried about a studio failing and being closed, go support the fucking game. That's all you have to do. What more can you as a consumer do than to go support the game, recommend it to a friend, actually play the game? You understand what I'm saying? Like, me personally, I'm not one of them guys. Like, I do like beating games. I'm an achievement whore, yes. But I like beating games because me personally, I feel like what better way besides buying the game can you thank the devs than to be seeing everybody's name in the credits at the end of the game? I feel like that's the ultimate thank you to that studio. You see everybody who worked on this game, from the biggest contributor to the smallest. That's the biggest thank you. Rolling credit at the end of your arc and what you put out and worked hard years in developing. To me, that's what you can, like, go support the devs. Like, really stand on that shit. Like, go play their games, man.
Or do what I do and buy 1,000 games and like finish 70% of all the games because I don't see a lot of credits lately.
Well, look, to be fair, there's a lot of games out here, man.
Why I'm annoyed about the commentary coming out around potentially Hellblade or Ninja Theory could be next with Hellblade 2 coming out, and they're already working on another project. Like, it's already in the works, it's already being funded.
Why is people already wanting it
for them
fail?
to make Hellblade 2 comparatively to other studios delivering the same products? It's not comparable.
It's a reason it's $50
to make Hellblade 2, and it was $10 million to make Hellblade 1. And you're looking at AAA studios delivering a product, and it's $330 million to make a game. Like, the comparison around the cost, like, Ninja Theory is a bloody steal. And
yeah, they are, and I think that's what Microsoft want more of. Like,
yes,
I think that's what Matt Booty was talking about when he was talking about these smaller games. I think he was talking about like Ninja Theory as that type of acquisition or that type of working environment where it doesn't cost you $200 million to make a game, and you got this unbelievable talent in the development studios that can output something that is equivalent to a AAA studio. Maybe it's just shorter. I'm fine with that. Bring on the shorter games, please. I can finally finish the game.
Shout out to the games that the price reflect the length of the game. Like, I feel like that's dope.
Yes,
that's $50.
I love that they did that.
Dope, man. That's a beautiful thing to see. And real quick, I want to say shout out to the 303 people we have in here, man.
Oh my Lord!
What I'm saying? Yo, hey, YouTube chat, y'all let me down, man. It's 84 people in here. We should have at least 60 likes.
Share this out. Man. Share this out. YouTube, we're losing. We are losing to Twitter. The thing we always complain about. Twitter sucks, and we're losing to Twitter.
Not only that, fuck losing to Twitter. Y'all losing to the like button. Hit that damn like button, yo. We out here, YouTube.
Losing to the like button.
Hit that like button, bro. Come on, man. Get us up there, man.
What are
We out
your
here.
thoughts, Holly, on the discourse around the Hellblade 2 stuff and the possibility like it's going to be the next studio to close?
Personally, I feel like there is a little bit of validity to just say, well, Tango
Speculate.
just made
Like a hit
this
game.
amazing game and
Mhm.
just won a BAFTA. Like, just, you know, it's like it's very beloved. They've like all of their games are arguably beloved. Ghostwire kind of came out a little mixed, but
Yeah.
you know, so I don't think that there is like total ridiculousness in saying who's next
Yeah, for sure.
and just looking down the list of the what would be considered.
I don't either, Holly.
studios,
How many people
right?
thought Tango was going away? I sure as shit didn't.
Right.
Was that on anyone's bingo card? Fucking
No.
was not on mine. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's
to
that
me,
crazy.
It's I don't know that it's to me.
I mean, it's
not
fair to
necessarily
speculate,
Ninja versus Double Fine versus, you know what I mean? Like, there's just, we know that there's a talk that there's more cuts coming in the next year or
Yes.
so,
Yeah.
and how that plays out, we just don't know. So there is something to say to that, but it's also a wait and see kind of thing, right?
Mm,
Like, none of us
ca-
are making that decision,
right.
So
But
it's
it is scary. I think it is a
how
little
that
scary.
happens, right?
Because you're
Mhm.
kind of like, and thank you. See, this is why I love Holly. She wasn't. Everyone's saying one thing, she came out and said another thing. Like, I don't think it's that crazy, and I gotta say, I kind of agree with her. And some of these people going like, maybe like, who's next? Like, because
Holly,
I
I
don't,
just wanna say I
don't think it's
appreciate
that
it.
ridiculous.
I think Ninja Theory is
I think they
Maybe
said-
not a good
I would be
example.
shocked.
I'm
Maybe
not
a good
focusing on
example.
any one in particular.
Right, right.
The fact
Yeah,
that
yeah.
the smaller studios probably have a
Yes.
larger fear
Definitely.
of what.
Double
Yeah.
Fine was brought up.
And there's a lot
Double
of
Fine
morale
was brought up.
issues.
Oh man, come on!
Right,
Don't
yeah,
even
that's
mention
true.
Double Fine, man.
Ninja-
Let
No,
them-
I'm just
let
saying
them fly
other
under the
people
radar,
brought
man.
up.
That
Other
would
people
break
brought
my
up
heart,
Double
man.
Fine, you know, and I don't,
Yeah.
and that's the
Well, and-
weirdness. That's what
And
I
they
don't
made
want to
that
get rid of, right?
video. When they acquired Double Fine, like they went into Double Fine and literally made that video where Double Fine was like, I'm so grateful that Microsoft acquired us because now it gives us the freedom to do what we want creatively, and they added more content to their game,
Yep.
you know, et cetera,
Put
right?
spikes back in, yeah.
Yeah, so we're just in a different world now.
Thank you, Gritty.
I just want to say thank you, Holly, for coming out and saying the opposite of what I'm saying. Because look, I'm gonna be honest. We need that reality check. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We need people to be because if it's up to me, I'm
Well,
sorry. But I'm
that's
trying
why
to say
she's being real,
to sell
you know?
exactly. I'm trying to sell the
Yep.
Xbox community on dreams and just good energy, like just good. I want them to think nothing
Ponies
is
and
wrong.
unicorns up in this
I
motherfucker.
want them to think nothing is wrong. All is right over here. You understand what
All
I'm
is
saying?
right.
There's nothing to worry about.
There's a little bit of truth in everything, right?
No, it's definitely a reality, and it definitely did. I did think about Double Fine. That's the first studio I thought about when I seen Tango get closed.
That's
I was
what
like-
I was thinking too.
But I
Because-
agree,
because
Holly. I think you're
it's like-
right that the speculation is there around. We know that there's going to be more layoffs, so
Mhm.
it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, it's not like they said we're done.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Right.
Tom Henderson, who's very frequently right,
Mhm.
said there's more.
He
to
is.
come.
It's more to come. Yeah,
more
Yeah.
to come.
I
just
believe it.
the
I
believe it.
Next it's Ninja Theory. I'm like,
the reason I
Yeah,
think
that
theory was
I'm
there.
not saying I agree that it's specifically them or
Yeah.
you know.
well, the reason I think what's Double Fine might be safe is because Double Fine, like we said, Double Fine and Ninja Theory, they make great games at
Did
a very low
talking
budget.
about Holly and I on this podcast. I know we're double fine, but yeah.
Hey, y'all are Double Fine. Hey,
Wow.
hey.
Own it, girl. Own
We're
it,
always
girl.
on the bottom of the screen, Panda. I
Yeah.
don't know
Oh,
why.
I don't. That wasn't on
That's the
purpose.
same on you.
This is not a
Down.
sexist podcast.
Hey, Retchy want to put his. Hey,
Down
Retchy want to put the
level.
bald ones at top. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm sorry. Oh man, I love that. I love that you said that. Yes, Panda. Panda looks fabulous with her haircut. I love it.
Yeah.
Holly looks
Yes, your
beautiful.
haircut is
everybody in the
Always.
everybody in the chat, throw some heart emojis
Double
out there.
fine.
Man. We got some
Yeah.
beautiful people on this.
I just
podcast.
had to. I was
Absolutely.
like, lol, I can't resist. Holly's on the show with us.
Mhm. Beautiful inside and out. Absolutely. I love. Thank you, Holly, for being real and be like, nah, I disagree. Here's why. Blah blah. Because it's good to hear different perspectives, and I kind of agree with Holly too.
I agree.
So shout out to you.
Hey, fuck you,
think
Retri.
I think it's reason to be a little bit nervous because man, I did not see Tango. I like when they were like Arcane, I was like, yeah, that sucks. But Tango, I didn't see that one coming. I'm not gonna lie, just didn't see it coming. All right, let's talk about Call of Duty a little bit. So Sarah Bond just had her Bloomberg interview. It was short; it was like 16 minutes long, but some things were brought up. Well, let me get into this first. Actually, it was Game Pass day one type of discussion. Do you guys believe? And we can go around the horn. I'll start with you, Next Gen Nero. We'll just go right down. Do you believe that all games that are coming from Microsoft first party are all going to be day one on Game Pass? Or do you think there's a possibility that a Call of Duty could be segmented out and you get that like in Game Pass like 6 months down the road or something of that sort?
I think, listen, I'm gonna let y'all know right now, I defend a lot of Xbox shit, but if Game Pass, if Call of Duty don't come into Game Pass day one, I will be talking so much shit on this podcast. And I'm gonna tell you why. First of all,
I will be pissed.
Xbox is not where Call of Duty sells the fucking best at. It sells the best at PlayStation and on PC, and Xbox is the third best selling platform. So why make your third worst? I mean, literally the worst selling place for Call of Duty. Why make these people buy when you just put it in this? The game sells the most on the platforms where Game Pass is not at. Those people who don't have Game Pass and Xbox or PC Game Pass, they're still gonna buy the game over there. It makes no sense not to put that shit in Game Pass, man. And Sarah already confirmed it, so there's no need for me to get worked up.
Let's hear it from the horse's mouth because people are debating this. Let's
Nah, man.
Let me know if you guys can hear this.
Our core users
how beautiful
love
she
Game
is.
Pass. Game Pass is a gaming
That skin
subscription.
glowing.
You get a whole portfolio of games.
Look at that green,
importantly,
bring her eyes out.
every single one of our games that we build day one in Game Pass. And the quality and the breadth of those games has only been going up over time. And you're going to see some more really big games going into Game Pass later this year.
From
That skin glowing.
Across the whole slate. Across the whole slate. You're going to see some really amazing
beautiful.
things. And keeping that as something that is really special for Xbox players is central for us. We know our core users.
Is that not good enough for everybody? Like, listen,
Right,
I
right.
love. Unfortunately, you can see our guy, our boy right here, Jay Dukes. Sorry that you're innocent bystander here, Jay.
Hey, shout out Jay Duke, man.
Shout out to him, man. He was on the show. He good dude.
Hey, hold on, man. Shout out Jay Duke and fuck IGN, man, because Destin tried to quote my boy Jay Duke and bring all that negativity and hate towards him. Jay Duke don't do anything but just be a positive force.
Jay's is good. Yeah, Jay's a
He
straight
deserve
shooter,
that,
dude.
bro.
But he
Yeah,
did
man.
say this bullshit. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, right, this fuck shit. This fucking idiotic take. No, I'm
It's
just kidding.
across the host slate does not necessarily mean the host slate. I mean, I don't agree with you, Jay. I'm just trying to inform you folks about the tactics the entertainment media often use. He says, take it or leave it. Because there was some arguing going on about what Sarah was saying, and there was kind of like, well, she didn't say exactly Call of Duty was, and in the back of my head I'm thinking it's probably because it's a mic drop moment at the June showcase, because there's already been they've had to have the business meeting where they had to say it again that first party was coming out. Matt Booty and Sarah said it there, so, because some people said that Call of Duty might not come into Game Pass day one, so it got the internet all crazed, and you got the freaking execs saying that essentially that it's going to, and this feels like a double down to me that she's saying it again. But some people are wondering why she didn't say Call of Duty, and I say that's probably because they're going to drop that mic on
But she
June
did.
9th.
She said all.
Dude, I know. That's what I heard.
Feel me? Like,
That's what I heard. But it's I don't
and
know.
She probably don't.
What
want
did
to
you hear, Blue? Are we crazy?
right,
Go against us, Blue. Tell us how we're all stupid and we're wrong. I don't know. Is Jay Duke right here?
So, look.
You know she goes the other way when she says it. When she starts
gonna-
like, listen.
No,
look.
I'm not. I'm not.
Those
Like,
dominants
Okay.
are all
I
toppling.
when they first were gonna buy Activision, I was like, okay, yeah, it'll be there. And then I thought I heard Phil say at one point that was, or not necessarily like mention it. So I was like, oh, I don't know. And then early this spring, when a lot of the stuff was going down, right, with the rumors and stuff, he said, all Activision titles or something like that. You'd have to go back and listen to it. And I said, okay, well, then it is coming. But now, again, right, like, things are different now. We're seeing a lot. We're seeing a lot of stuff come down that we would have never expected to see. I don't think when
Fair.
they closed on Activision, you thought you would have seen Hi-Fi Rush on PlayStation, right?
No.
So my
True.
only point is I'm 50-50 on it now. I think
Okay.
it could honestly go either way. And in all reality, you're right, though. I didn't think about that, Retro. It's a really good point. Maybe it is their Game Pass. Like, maybe that is their big gotcha moment on the Redacted, right? That it's going to be in Game Pass. But I also feel like if they're coming to Game Pass, why wouldn't they just say? Because they know everybody wants to know. Why wouldn't they just say it? Especially,
I think that's exactly why they
PR
didn't. Though.
bad spot right now. Like,
Fair. Yeah.
like, why wouldn't you just specifically say, yes, Call of Duty is included in all of the things? However,
It's very, you know what it reminds me of though, Blue? Like you're saying that, or you know what it reminds me of? Big time is Phil Spencer not initially telling us what the 4 games were. Because he said, remember what he said? He said, I'm going to let those teams do their own thing, like the 4 games going over to PlayStation. He did the same thing, and everyone went, why the fuck? Including myself. I was a little shocked. I was like, why wouldn't he say what the games
we already know,
were?
right?
Right? I mean, we did. We knew we had them all. They were 100% correct.
Right.
But it's reminding me a little bit of that moment, and I wonder if they are just waiting for June. But go ahead, Blue.
It could be that, or I also kind of strongly think that maybe there's an internal argument going about this as well.
Struggle.
I do agree with that. I have no doubt, Blue, that they are the money guys are talking about this.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then also just to put a little perspective on this too, because like, and Euro's right, like Xbox is not the market that makes or breaks the price in, the share that comes in from Call of Duty. But let's not forget how many people spend so much money on microtransactions in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Whether it's in Game Pass or not, they're still going to spend that money on microtransactions.
That's the best thing. The money they won't spend on buying the game from it coming to Game Pass, you're going to get that with the microtransactions, you know?
You've got Cloud and Game Pass Ultimate, right? And then you've got Ubisoft owning the cloud rights for the ABK COD.
Right.
So there's a whole another level of complexity on top of that.
And then what are they going to do with BattleNet?
Yeah.
I
definitely
have
think
been
they
preaching that should take over because the Xbox. I just want BattleNet to be the de facto for Xbox. Myself,
I really do think that they saving it for the showcase, man, because that's the genius thing to do, right? When the showcase comes, because they already pretty much got the Xbox Game Studio / Bethesda showcase, and then Activision gonna have their own thing. So I think that's the most appropriate place. You announce the new Call of Duty, you announce it day one of Game Pass. That's gonna break the internet.
I'll be right back.
You drop that trailer and then you see that it's going to Game Pass. That's definitely gonna be like huge. That's the best way to end the showcase. You show Call of Duty last, as they already teased that's gonna pretty much be what's coming afterwards. And you say, Call of Duty Black Ops Gulf War, play it day one with Game Pass. That's genius. And maybe then they'll show maybe like a roadmap of maybe dropping Call of Duties every month from here on out, leading up to the new Call of Duty coming to Game Pass day one. I think that would be genius.
I think they need to tie in the Game Pass announcement for Call of Duty at a time where everyone's going to be watching to try and get that. I get that oversight over Game Pass in the sense of there's still people who aren't aware of Game Pass.
Definitely.
And I feel like the casuals waiting to hear next Call of Duty news and then hear it's on Game Pass and then what the questions are around that. It should open up a conversation to some degree, and we should see maybe a little bit of movement into Game Pass in that
every
case.
single trailer you see of Call of Duty.
I also see the argument of them not putting it into Game Pass day one and just announcing the older games going into Game Pass.
I ain't gonna lie, like I said, that would really piss me off. Like I'm not defending that shit.
What were we going to say, Holly?
I really think you need to be prepared for either option.
Yeah, at this point.
Honestly.
I mean, IGN's creating two clickbaity articles.
Right, two clickbait. Yeah.
They
They
yeah.
got two gloom and doom articles to go, ready to fire off. Like,
Metro UK is just waiting to just jump in and even
Metro UK, PC Gamer and Metro UK. Yeah, Metro
Yeah.
is ooh,
Game
man,
Pass,
they are.
Gamer-
Call of
PC
Duty
Gamer is
confirmed.
savage.
Yeah, they are wild. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
I can see it now. Call of Duty confirmed the Game Pass day one at the showcase. But should you be concerned? Like, what the fuck is I'm to be concerned about? Like, what are we doing here, man? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. What about?
I'm just really surprised they haven't
Go ahead,
dropped
Bliss.
at least Modern Warfare 2.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's crazy.
At this
I mean,
point.
it is weird, but I do wonder, like, on the, I don't know if there's like weird migration server stuff that's going on behind the scenes, or they just letting ABK just do their own server stuff and not trying to do any mix and mash. I don't know what the hell is going on with that. Like, it is.
I
weird
really
to me.
think it's going to be a huge, and like the player base is going to skyrocket. I mean, like, I already know the player base is already high, but putting Call of Duty, technically it's not free, but putting Call of Duty for free in front of 30 million, that's the confirmed last number we got, 30 million people. I think at least 25 million of those people, even the most casual people, is like, Call of Duty is really something. Like, I don't think people realize how much and like how many people, like from women to men to children to boys to girls, like everybody be wanting to play Call of Duty.
Well, I mean,
There's
if they
so many
want to
kids that play.
Yeah, if they want to see the growth in Game Pass the way that they plan on seeing it, then that is the next logical step, is putting this game into Game Pass, right? Day one.
Yeah.
And getting that growth and getting that attachment that way. And then once they're in that ecosystem, if they don't feel like playing COD that day, there are all these other games that they can try, and then you've kind of pulled them into that game loop.
Here's a great question.
Yeah.
Yes,
If it goes into Game Pass, Game Pass, you get discounts on everything, right? To buy games, etc. Do you think you get a Game Pass discount on the microtransactions?
No.
Nope.
Like the 10%.
I ain't gonna lie. I would.
But no.
I think so, because I believe it's that way with Apex Legends, because that's in Game Pass Ultimate. I believe, I might be wrong, but I think you already get a discount on
Well, you
some
get
microtransactions.
as a Game Pass, you get perks. You get
Yeah,
cosmetics and stuff like that.
Stuff.
But I don't think. I mean,
that would be great.
We've been talking. I've been talking about this with some of my friends for years, and she believes that we would get discounts from for Call of Duty, like skins and stuff like that. Now, I agree with her. I said, yeah, I could see it today. I don't. Yesterday I did. Now I don't think. I think the landscape has changed. If they are debating even putting it in Game Pass, I sure as shit don't believe that they're going to give you the thing that makes them the most amount of money, even a discount on that. But I hope I'm wrong. I'll take an L on that.
It would be negatively impacting other player bases, and that's kind of what they sort of said, was they were going to
parity.
the same, the parity side of it, deliver the same product and not disadvantage anyone. So I feel like that's
another reason they won't do it.
Yeah, that's why I would never
very good point.
to see like specific skins or anything in perks, even, right? But you do, so with Call of Duty, there are like a small handful of bundles that are just a price. They're usually $19.99, right? But they come with a lot of COD points. But traditionally, you buy COD points just on the store. It's just a store item that you just buy, right? You buy 2,400 COD points, it's a bonus, right? For $20. So, just saying, right? Like, to them, it wouldn't be that big a deal.
The only thing I want in COD right now is a user interface that makes sense.
Yes.
Yo, I swear, please.
That's my number one complaint with COD.
But I can't. I go to Halo because I'm like, it's simple and easy.
I swear.
And I can
It's so
navigate
much.
it. COD, I'm like, where do I go to access?
You got 2-3 different launchers. You got it's so stupid, bro. Like, that's the best part
All your
about Microsoft
customization
buying.
is
Hopefully
all in
they
the
clean
same
that up.
place.
But I do love that all of COD is in just one hub.
I do
That I
love that.
love.
That is good.
I
The only
like,
thing
but I
the
don't
other thing
like
I
that.
don't love is it's 240 gigs.
Yeah, see, that's why I don't. That's why I don't like it.
Hell
dude.
yeah.
That's why I don't like it, because it's like everything being in one hub is just kind of to me, it just kind of feels sloppy. You know, like when I do
I just
fire up
wish it was
COD and try to,
patented better.
yeah,
I just don't like the layout. I
yeah,
like
I feel like
everything
the
there,
UI
but
change.
it's just like Fortnite. Fortnite's a fucking mess, and so is in COD, in my opinion. If you were, the thing is, like, Blue might not see it the same exact way we do because she's in it all
I'm
the
in it all
time.
the
So
time.
Used to it.
she can navigate it. She knows, she's used to it. She knows where to go. If you are a new COD player and you go into that fucking UI,
Yeah.
oh my God, I feel bad for you, son.
Oh,
That's
that
how
was
I
You
feel.
me
get
at the
99
beginning
problems,
of
and
the
that's one of
year.
them.
That was me at the beginning of the year, and I was like, "How do I go customize this? And where do I go?" And they're like, "Go hit this and hit this trigger and hit this." And I was
Right,
like,
man.
Got to hit 7 buttons to get,
What?
yeah.
"What?
Yeah.
I need a map
It's
to
a
get
problem.
through this."
It's a weird problem though, right? Because there's so many game types and there's so many options that you can do, and they keep kind of bloating the game with that stuff. It's like, well, where the fuck do you put it? Like it
But
becomes
they're all
like
important. They all do
they're
things.
right,
but
right
then-
number,
Yeah.
right.
But then, right, yeah.
But then
it's-
you have
yeah.
the like, so where do you balance that? Like, I have no clue.
Right.
If I was in charge of UI, I have no clue how to fix that problem because there's so many things you can do in COD.
I know
It's
what to
just
do.
like
Make
Fortnite.
them their fucking separate games. There's no reason
Like,
Vanguard,
pretty good.
Modern
Well,
Warfare
but
2.
he's just talking about even
you.
just like game pieces,
I'm just talking,
right? There's
bro.
kill
I'm just talking
streaks,
game
there's
modes.
gear.
I'm not even
Right,
talking.
yeah,
Yes.
okay, I feel you.
Exactly, Blue. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's a whole nother thing that you're talking about, Nero. That's
right,
another
right.
problem. I do not. I agree with you, Nero, on that 1,000%. I
Right.
don't like that cross game shit in one system, but maybe people like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm in the minority. I'm not sure, but I would like to see
Retri,
it.
I believe
tidied
we
up.
asked Jay, Duke, and Vinny last week, but every guest going forward leading up to the showcase, we should definitely ask them. Do they have a guess or just prediction about something that's going to be shown or dropped? I know we probably was going to do. I want to double down and say I think
Go ahead.
Modern Warfare 2 stealth drops after the showcase in the Game Pass.
Stealth drops.
I want to say all the Call of Duties. They'd be like play them all now in Game Pass. That'd be awesome. But if none, I can definitely see Modern Warfare 2 being like play Modern Warfare 2 now, because I think they can get away with saying all the CODs can't come right now because we want to enhance them, whether it's FPS boost, auto HDR. Like some of those CODs can run at 120 on consoles now. We got that power, so maybe that's what's holding them up. They want to give them.
It could be improvements on the back. Yeah,
right.
It could be boosting improvements. That's what I would like to think that's going on, because we're all scratching our heads, going like, "What the hell is going on?" Like, definitely server thing is an IT is not a flip of the switch. It's not a flip of the switch. It's never that easy. It's taking longer than I thought, but they also have an insane back catalog. Like ABK's back catalog is insane. It's not a couple of games. We're talking like 60, 70 games here. So,
and I think a lot of them games is going to get FPS boosted. I think that's a waste of potential to not boost the Crash Bandicoot series, the Spyro series, until the sequels of these games come. I think that's mandatory. Yo, shout out Lord Roughness. I agree. I'm
what's
old
up,
school.
Lord?
I just play COD and yo, I agree, bro. That's
I do
all
that a
I
lot
want,
too.
bro. Like,
I do that
just
a
wanna
lot
shoot
too.
something. Like, I'm sorry, but when I play shooters, I just want to shoot. I don't mind the objectives games. I don't mind doing the other thing, but I'm sorry, and I don't. But a lot of our teammates is fucking brain dead. Yo, random teammates is really what's killing. Skill-based matchmaking, going against God tier people in every shooter. Because I'm a shooter. I mean, this is the name of the podcast, Aim Down Sight. So it's obvious, but get the most brain dead teammates, no matter the game. If it's Apex, the Finals, Halo Infinite, I'm sure it's the same in Call of Duty, Battlefield, a little different. I say that, but you go against the most sweaty people, which I have no complaints. I'm not a bitch. If you're gonna put me against people that play the game 10 hours a day, cool. But don't give me fucking Bob over here, who just came home from work. And his KD is negative 7. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, fuck that. Bob and Jerome. You know what I'm saying? Bob and Jerome. The fucking two fucking biracial friends in here. You know what I'm saying? You got the black guy, you got the white guy. They both fucking suck. I'm so sick of that shit. They both trash for different reasons. You know what I'm saying? But that shit is so frustrating, bro. I don't mind going against good people, but please give me some teammates that has a fucking brain. You know, I'm 25 and I'm losing my patience for shooters nowadays, man. Just sit back, give me something like Hellblade, give me I'm sorry, I couldn't. Give me something like Hellblade, give me something like Psychonauts 2, and I'm a happy gamer. You know what I'm saying?
Don't you talk shit about Ratchet and Clank. I love that game.
Hey, I know, man. I know.
It's so Neck don't miss.
I know you got
carrying PlayStation on their backs. It's really heavy.
You got a thing for Rivet. You know what I'm saying? I know you got a little. You know what I'm saying?
Was that the girl? I don't remember this.
I think so. Hey,
I
Clank
don't
with the
remember.
ball, shiny head, and you know what I mean? Like,
Game
you
is
gotta
fire.
bond. You bond it.
You guys see that they still haven't reverted the you don't require PSN access for Helldivers 2 on Steam yet.
Oh,
All those
dude.
countries are still banned.
I don't get that.
Yeah, PlayStation is murdering that game right
They've now
bro.
also done Ghost of Tsushima. Now also those
Yikes.
people can't play that game in over 170 countries now because
Yikes.
they've also that
Can you
PSN
explain that
thing.
to me? Because I've been seeing all that stuff and I just haven't read.
So basically, when PlayStation bent the knee, and we know why because of those lawsuits that were coming, they said we're going to walk back the PSN requirement for Helldivers 2. Steam had made it not available in over 170 countries because of the fact that PSN wasn't available in those countries and they were required to have that PSN login to access the game. And so when PlayStation walked that back, they're still not able to play those games. And maybe it's Steam going, we don't want to risk it because we have a feeling PlayStation might try and do something funny in the background. But
it was Sony. They already confirmed it was Sony's doing.
Yeah,
Steam actually came out and said that.
Yeah, the devs are actually
why are
going
they
back
not
to
in
the-
those countries?
Because the option to have the PSN account is not
It's
in
not
those
available.
countries, which was
Oh no, but I
shocking to
mean,
me
why
and a
is
lot of people.
why is PSN not in those countries?
Oh,
Well,
that's a great question,
lot.
Blue.
That's a great.
That's a
Well, I
lot of
just found it
countries, right?
interesting. Ukraine, you couldn't have a PSN account unless you owned a console. So, like, there's
Yeah,
no way
there
to
are a few of
create
those.
a PSN account without a console, and yet
That's
you
so
were
weird.
selling a product that
Is on a PC.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck? But now there's Ghost of Tsushima's in the same boat because we knew that they were doing the PSN storefront with it, but Steam users, if they wanted to go play it in that country and they didn't have a PlayStation, they can't play that game either. But this should be PlayStation going out and going, we know there's a problem, we're trying to rectify it, we're working on getting PSN into those countries one way or another so that you can play these games if you want to play them on PC. Like,
Clearly,
just
you
say
have a PC. Just come
behind
to
it.
our website and make an account.
Yeah, but it's not available. Yeah, they
I
can't.
know, it's so weird.
It is so weird. I
is,
don't.
like-
I don't.
Yeah, see,
I hate this.
It's 177
MAU
countries that
thing.
just blow.
Yeah.
It blows my mind. It's
See, at
it's
first-
one regard where Microsoft's winning in that.
at first I was
in that
kind of
regard.
what Sony, like, they don't kill me, chat, don't kill me. I was kind of like, damn, like PC players are so fucking pissy and entitled. Is it that hard to go make a fucking?
That's what I said at the beginning.
PSN
Nero.
is
That was
not
my first
But
thought.
then when I realized that it wasn't available in over 160 countries, it broke my heart.
Yeah.
I dropped down to my knees in the kitchen. I dropped my coffee pot and I said, no way. All those people around the world that paid for this game and supported the devs came out of their pocket, reviewed it well on Steam, now don't have access to their game. That's a big slip up.
The only reason they would do something that crazy is because those 177 countries must not be a big chunk of the pie. That's the only way I can think of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, why else would you do that? It literally kind of just says like we just don't give a fuck. Like, you don't matter because you're not a big enough chunk.
People talking about you, there were some people going, it's not my fault, like, you've chosen to live in this country, like,
Jesus,
and I was
really?
like, are you fucking
Okay.
going along the lines
Yeah,
of,
that's
this is
crazy,
your problem,
yo.
you've chosen to live in that country. I was born in New Zealand, I did not choose to live here. As an adult, I now choose to live here, like, I
Right.
could move country, but, like,
That's
not the
home anyway.
point.
That's home to a lot of
Yeah,
people.
it's not like you're just gonna be like, well,
Yeah.
family, I decided to move to
For a game.
Kenya, so everybody pack up, let's go. Right?
We're moving
Exactly, Bliss.
countries so I can access this game on Steam. Like,
Oh my god. Oh,
but
it's
they were
too
actually
crazy.
trashing those other countries, and I was like, no, that is not the right attitude to
That's
have.
why I
Like,
love
get
the
it doesn't affect
internet.
you, but it is a real world problem, and it's a reality. And have a heart.
Have a heart, you sons of bitches.
Exactly.
Ah, man.
Saving's very selfish, but it's just sad to see that many countries can't access this game, but they have access to Steam. Whew.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
And then they let it. What did they say? They had it as a reprieve or like a reprieval time when the game launched because the servers were so wrecked, right?
Yep.
And then they're like, okay, now we got to turn it on.
3 months later, they turned
obviously, you
it
don't
on.
have to, right?
100%.
Like, you don't have to.
PlayStation was like, you know what? All this money, let's say fuck you to it.
Let's just burn it.
That's pretty much what they
Yeah.
did. Like the one success and knock out of the park multiplayer game they have, they just like kind of
Or just leave it off until you can figure it out, right?
Right,
It's
exactly.
just so you know, this is coming, and you will be required when it's available in your area, right?
Yeah, that would have been the logical thing to do, Blue, 100%. Yeah.
October Snowman, do I know Viva La Dirt League guides? No, they're actually in a different part of the country to me, but I watch all their stuff. I love them so much.
Yo,
They
Reese,
are
what's up
super
with all
funny.
the Sonic Frontier slander, my guy? Like, I'm gonna get back to Psychonauts
was
2.
game
I
this year. I
promise.
can't say that game.
It's
for
so
Sonic
good.
Flop
It's
tiers.
so
Look, let me tell you, listen, yo, he mad that
You
I
know,
love
you
Sonic.
know
Like,
they're coming for you,
like,
Nero.
yeah, like, come
Putting
on,
the
man.
shit in
Listen,
the chat.
listen. Let me just say this. Psychonauts 2 was amazing. I got to that cooking part, and I said, yo, I'm gonna come back to this, and I never came back to it.
There you go.
I don't know if y'all
Aw.
remember the neon cooking part. Like, I think
Yeah.
it was over. Like, it probably was simpler. Than
Almost like a game. That was like the game show part, right? It was kind of like a game
Yeah.
show. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, nah, I'll come
Not
back
for
to
you?
this. I think I was playing. I
Shout
think
out to
that-
like we
yeah.
are one away from 350 people watching.
Oh, we
Jesus,
was
you
just
got-
over 350 a
Yeah.
moment ago.
Well
Blue,
done.
can you come on every single week so we can keep getting these numbers? This is great.
Hey, see what happens when
Obviously,
you got
get some
two
The
Blue
double
fans.
ladies.
fine in the
Right.
show this week. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
The two ladies on the bottom.
Yeah, the two
Yeah.
ladies.
Yeah. Yeah, we know they're not here for me and Nero. We're
Right. Hey,
We
they
know.
definitely not
It's
here for
fine.
me. Like,
yeah.
well,
No,
maybe
those
they
are
are.
your friends just fucking
Listen,
with you. So
with all the gloom and doom, maybe they are here for me. Maybe they need somebody to stand
They
tall
need
out here, Retro. You know,
There
somebody
you
with a
go.
backbone, man. Don't sell your Xbox. And if you do, look, selling your Xbox is not a fucking personality trait. That shit don't make you edgy. It don't make you cool.
It
It
does
don't
not
make you
make you
unique. It don't make you different. You just look like a fucking clown.
you just look like
All
an
right.
idiot who likes to blow
You selling
money.
your
Yeah.
Xbox to buy a PC to play the exact same fucking games that I'm playing on my Series X, and you're probably getting the worst version because PC ports has been horrible all generation. You motherfuckers are still bitching about Jedi Survivor. Guess where Jedi Survivor runs great at? On my Series X. It got patched up within a year.
Ooh.
Runs
Did
beautiful.
you see the update to Unreal 5?
Oh,
I-
5.4?
Yeah,
Yes.
Digital
Yeah, I see
Foundry
it.
was talking about.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna start. Yeah, it's gonna hopefully fix some of the stuttering issues and some of the shader
Still have
issues.
a
That's
massive frame pacing issue. It's
no, I know. Yeah, the frame pacing issue is much. It's gonna be. It's 42% better though, apparently. But I should say the frames are increased. The
I see
stutter is still
60
there.
FPS in Hellblade 2's future with FSR3 coming. I do see that in the future.
Yeah, I'm starting after seeing the latest update. I think so too. What I missed.
No, I'm reading the comments like, yo, what's up with y'all? Sonic should have been canceled forever ago, man. Yo, what the fuck?
I'm trolling you now.
Yo,
Sarah.
leave Sonic
I'm trolling
alone,
you.
man. Like, yo, what is this? Like, what is this hate? What is this negativity for the blue guy? Look, when Microsoft go purchase Sega, keep that same fucking energy. Don't come in here celebrating.
Oh yeah.
Don't come in here jumping over all around in the chat. Nah, stay. Keep that energy.
Keep that energy. I think it might be a little longer than we expected, though, Nero, before that happens. But
You
yes,
like a Sonic like custom,
maybe
but
next
the
year.
Sonic before the gamers like trashed the review of what he looked like originally before the
Oh, that
Right,
was funny.
yeah.
Oh, did you see him though? Oh, I'm
was
glad
so
they changed
bad.
that. He was creepy, dude. Shout out to Lord Roughness. He says 1:55 a.m. In the UK right now. So shout out to you guys, like guys like that, guys like FarQ, you guys across the pond that just sticking it out with us, hanging out with us. Man, we appreciate you guys. We got someone's asking how many viewers we got. We got 351 people watching right now. We got a lot of people watching us on Twitter, man. You guys have been fucking coming out on Twitter, watching like droves. And of course, we appreciate our YouTube family as always. This episode right here, everything's fun. Everything's fun. This episode right here, guys. We will be having, hopefully, next episode. You guys are putting us over the top right now for our watch hours. So next episode, we should have super chats. We should have memberships ready to go. That's because of you guys. That's because you guys coming out and supporting this channel. It's all thanks to you guys. So we got there right before the 10th episode. So I fucking love that shit.
Hey, chat, give yourself a pat on the back, man. for
Yes,
supporting real ones, man.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you guys. Lord Roughness. He loves the show and the Gamers Council too. Hey, thank you very much. That will be tomorrow. We'll be talking more shit.
Shout out to the Gamers Council.
for
Man.
sure.
I gotta come back on there soon and spread my rhetoric as well.
Yeah,
One podcast, yeah.
absolutely.
Shout out to Dusty Uno, his podcast he was on last week.
Yes, sir.
He does a podcast every Wednesday. I will be on there. Shout out to C Money.
There it is. Let's go,
Hey.
baby. New subscriber.
Hey.
Love to see it. By the way, that's what happens when you subscribe. So thank you guys.
Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already.
Yes, absolutely. We do this each and every Saturday, guys, and we have a blast. Let's move on to Game Pass. There's the rumors of Game Pass going up in price again. So this, comes from The Verge, and I use The Verge a lot, to be honest with you. I really like Tom Warren. There's very few journalists I feel like I can pull from these days, like Jez and him, that are just not completely full of shit, and I don't feel like they have an agenda. He says, he's alluding that because of Call of Duty and stuff like that, that the Game Pass subscription price could go up. How do we feel about that, folks? And how far and what are you willing to pay? I'm going to start with you, Blue, because you're a COD person. This is all about, this is kind of all circling around a big game like COD coming into Game Pass. Do you care? Would you mind if the price goes up to, say, 20, maybe even 25 a month for Game Pass if you were to have COD and everything stay in there? How would you feel about something like that?
I mean, I think it would be stupid to say, yes, I am happy to give you more money. Bring it on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yay! Support the
I
devs,
don't
Blue.
have
Support the
bills
devs.
to pay. I just have Game Pass. That's it. No, I mean, look. I would need to know what is in this next tier. If it's a new tier, which I think that's kind of what the rumor is, right?
That's what the rumor is going around, yeah.
It can't just be COD.
Oh, I was thinking, is it just a higher price tier? It's a new tier.
They're finally
it just costs more.
Pornhub to Game Pass, guys. That's going to be in the next year. They saw that PlayStation was leading
problem with
that.
The problem with that,
Go ahead,
Panda,
Blake.
is what do you do with all those game chats that are going to get reported to your new system?
Oh, she's not wrong. Oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so funny. I love you.
Report!
Just losing customers left and right.
Oh, so good. So good.
I don't blame them for doing something. I think 20 is probably fair compared to the 8. This is US, so it's 18 right now, right? 17.95 or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be 18 and if it was an extra $2 and it was 20 and it came with COD, and then they have to have something else besides
that's
that, right?
I guess that's what I'm getting at. What do you think? I don't know, but we'll get to that in a second. What do you think could be added? I don't know if it is either. I don't know. But what do you think we could get for maybe what you were talking about earlier, some percentage
what
off
if it's all the shooters?
Cosmetics?
Oh yeah, that could be. Or what if
maybe
it's
that's
the next Battlefield is day one and COD, and then maybe discounts on cosmetics, right?
Yeah,
it could be. What she's saying with Battlefield, I didn't even think of that. What if it was because EA, we get EA Play and everything's 6 months to a year down the road. I would pay 20 in a heartbeat if all EA games were day one.
As well, right?
They
I
did.
feel like,
yes,
you
they
gotta
went up
make
$1.
So you've gotta,
Or what if they brought Ubisoft Connect in and made
I
it
was gonna say
25
that. Yep, I
with
was gonna say
COD?
that.
Ooh, yeah.
25 kind of crazy though.
That 25 is a little high, but at the same time, that's
But Ubisoft is $17 on their own.
Yeah, that's true.
And
That's
that's too much. Blue, I've been saying forever that is way too high. That is way too high for 60 games that are in rotation, the same damn games. In my opinion, Ubisoft is the worst deal of all of them. In my personal opinion, great games. I'm not saying the games are bad, but $18. Come on, man.
The same price as Game Pass, and you're only getting Ubisoft games. And how often do they drop a game? Skull
Right.
and Bones.
Not only that, how often do they drop a good game?
Little,
They drop games. They drop games, but how
I would
often do they
understand,
drop
like-
good games? Like,
Ubisoft price,
Fair.
because it's more expensive than Game Pass in New Zealand. But like COD and Cloud, like putting that into there on Ubisoft's side it doesn't justify the massive price of what Ubisoft is, but it makes more sense around that price. Like I would understand if jump to that, but right now Ubisoft is a bloody ripoff.
I get
agree.
people saying they'll just do more tiers, but that's fucking dumb.
That's
You're
a
gonna do
lot,
another
though.
tier just for fucking
Like,
Call of Duty?
PlayStation are going to do more tiers too. They're just going.
Well, that's why I'm saying if they do another tier, it can't only be for Call
I
of Duty.
agree. I agree, Blue.
I
It
mean,
has to
that
be
would
Yeah,
more.
I'm with you, Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
would
should
have
not
to-
just be because of Call of Duty. Like it's got to.
Right.
There's got to be something extra there on top. But what
I
the
feel like
hell
before you
could that
raise
be?
the price, let's get consistently getting a big AAA first party game every quarter.
Yeah.
Because we have
I'm with
moments
that.
where first party games is kind of dry. Like, yeah, it's always
Well-
great games coming in the Game Pass, which I love that. Third
They're
party
coming,
games.
and I
indies.
really think, I thought Starfield was the first one, but then they
Mhm.
missed Q1 because Towerborn got kicked,
Right.
for
Yeah.
delayed.
Yeah,
But it's
Fair.
very strange to me too that they have like 3 or 4 games launching in like a 3-month window at the end of the year too.
It's massive.
it's always been a problem with Xbox. I've been complaining about this for fucking ever, Blue. They need that better stop 2025. There better be a Q1. I better see South of Midnight. I better see something.
Yeah.
Something
I
needs
feel
to
like- I
drop
feel like
in the
once you
beginning
do
of the
that-
damn
I think
year.
it's gonna
Once
be
you do
phased.
that 2 years in a row, like if you can get 2 years in a row of every quarter getting a first party game
need
from
to
Xbox,
space them
then
out,
I say now you can, like if you can do that 2 years in a row every quarter for 2 years in a row, you give me a first party game. Then I feel like, okay, now you can talk about the price increase because you need that consistency from the first party before you can even consider
still got
moving
what?
that price up, in my opinion.
Stalker 2 to come out later this year.
Yes,
as well.
I'm so excited
September.
for that.
September.
I'm so
It's just-
excited, yo.
Yes, there's a lot.
There's a lot to
Look,
play.
I'm happy to have all of them. I don't want them to cannibalize their own
The other
games,
ones.
right?
Yeah.
And they're different audiences for a lot of them, but kind of sort of, but not really too, right? Like we'll probably all play all of those games for varying degrees of time, but you're going to play them all along with the other stuff that's not in Game Pass.
Even if
Yeah, listen,
Game
I'm getting
Pass
triggered by the
Ultimate,
chat, yo. Like,
price went up and they put a Ubisoft variant in of Ubisoft Plus, which is like
Yes.
the EA one, which is 6 months
Yes,
after launch.
thank you. Yes, I've been
That
calling
could-
for that
could
forever.
justify a price increase.
I'd be okay with that. Like even if there was a Ubisoft type of service like EA Play, I've been saying this forever. But like everyone's like, just put I'm like, they're not doing it. It's $18 a month. They are not doing it. It would go up to $30 a month. But if you do it like EA Play does, and you get those games 6 months to a year down the road, once the sales have absolutely plummeted, I'm okay with that. Like 20,
Yo,
somewhere between 20 and
where is
$22 or
Flintlock,
something.
man? Where is Flintlock?
It's
Where's
coming.
that taking place, man?
It's
I
coming.
need that. Yes, it is the summer.
Flintlock's coming.
It is the summer.
Yeah.
And
I don't-
replaced as the fall last time they
I can't.
Last time they let
I'm
us
so-
know.
I'm so
Yeah,
excited for
come on,
this.
come on, replace.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like the roadmap is so fucking beautiful, man. Like to sit here and cry and think the world is ending. Like, are you not entertained?
That's weird.
Do you
Are you
not fucking
Are
game?
you not entertained?
Are you not
Yeah.
entertained? Like,
I
yo,
mean,
hey,
after
I
this
want to say
week, it's
June.
been entertaining watching
Yeah.
It
basically
has been.
X burn itself to the ground.
Hey guys, June 18th, Still Awakes in the Deep.
Ah,
Don't
yeah,
know
that's
if y'all
another good
remember
one.
that game, man.
Yep.
That's
The
a
horror game.
be a
Yep.
banger, man. Like, let's
that
get
looks
it,
so
bro.
good.
That's that horror style. Yeah.
Yes, I can't.
Yeah,
keep
that's
it.
a creepy
Super
game.
Excited.
Yeah, they're out in the ocean rig or whatever. It's like all
Mhm.
taking place on the ocean rig, which means
That's so
fucking
scary,
escape
man.
sucks.
Like
It
that.
looks so good.
I would not want to be
It-
on the ocean rig. I'm sorry. That's
Uh-uh.
just no. That's not.
No, that's a different type of person living a different type of life that I do not want to live. So good for you,
You are-
guys doing that
You are
shit.
right, Silent, if they added Ubisoft Plus. But I think a variation of it, like currently
Yeah.
Ubisoft Plus as it is right now, you're right. They would need to balance out the cost of adding that to maybe more layoffs.
I'm sorry, but
Mm.
I might be one of the few people that think Ubisoft is actually turning things around. I enjoyed Prince of Persia. I think that was a
Great
great
game.
game. The Lost Crown. I think Star Wars Outlaws look very dope.
looks
I think
very
that
good.
might
dude.
be the best Star Wars game since the Jedi series.
Beyond Good and Evil 2, guys, and then I'll agree with you.
Man, I feel
Never
you.
happening.
Yeah,
Never happening.
And we do
Never
need a
happened.
Splinter Cell. We need a Splinter Cell too.
Yes, we do. But I kind of agree with you, Nero. I do feel like Ubisoft is going in a better direction lately. It feels pretty good.
Yeah.
Like I don't agree with the subscription cost,
I
but
kind of feel
I
the
agree
same way with EA.
the games are getting better.
You know, with
Yeah.
the Mass Effect trilogy remake, with Dead Space 1 remake. Granted, those are remakes,
So good,
but
though.
you know they are really good games. So I mean,
Well,
you know,
I mean-
we'll see. Time will tell.
I feel
Oh, I
like
like
there's
that idea.
a bit of subscription fatigue, like with the way we watch a lot of our TV shows and our movies, subscription service for every little thing. I've been cutting down on mine, and I would like a consolidated
too.
subscription fee where I can access all of these different ones and only pay one price. And I feel like the gaming side of it needs a little bit, which is why I like Ultimate with EA Play included in it, and that's why I think
Same.
Ubisoft needs to get folded in to some degree. How that looks, because people just don't have the disposable income. They're already spending this much money on this subscription, and this subscription, and now we've got gaming subscriptions to deal with, and then you've got games coming day and date that aren't launching into subscriptions, and the costs keep compounding on top of each other to the point where we're looking at a very flat industry at the moment with no growth, and people and games not succeeding, even though these would be games that would have succeeded 5 years ago.
Yes.
With ridiculous sales. So I feel like they
completely
need
agree.
to find a balance.
Yeah, there's a problem of literally too many games. Like there's just so many fucking games coming out that something has to give. We only have X amount of money to spend, and a lot of people, a lot of casuals want to spend that on big games like Call of Duty, and then everything else gets shoved to the side. So there's just gonna be a lot of games that are just like Alan Wake 2 is a great example.
That's what happened with the gaming market crash all those years ago, back in the 80s, like 70s, 80s, like in the sense of there were so many games and they were just, everyone was getting in on that market, and then it just absolutely crashed. And it feels like there's a little bit of that happening at the moment.
I was like, man, a new comment coming out real quick, and it was fucking Nero going, this crater thing.
Hey, we speaking about facts.
Man.
Hey,
man, listen, thing I call about like your truth and my truth. That's your truth.
Hey, I'm just saying, more bang for your buck. You get more content in AC Valhalla for 70 than you will ever get in Spider-Man 2 for 70.
He's just hating on Pew Pew Spider Cube. He don't like Spider Cube.
Listen, I ain't never get over there mixing up them flags, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh man, too funny. Let's see what else do I got here. Well, there was a whole mobile store thing that doesn't really feel like a store.
Cares.
So there was Sarah was talking about the mobile store coming out, and it sounds like it's really just a store for DLC cosmetics, and so they don't have to give the 30% to Google and Apple, so they can just have you buy your Call of Duty Mobile Warzone skin through their web app. This is not going to move the needle. I already made fun of this. I will be talking about this tomorrow as well. But they need a native app if they want to move the needle at all.
I agree.
They need a native app. It cannot be a web
That's the only
app.
reason I said nobody cares, because it's like, come on, man, you making us go through the web, jump through these.
Yep.
Not only that, I will only care about mobile gaming when they add achievements to like. Let me get an achievement. Let me get one gamer score for every level on Candy Crush or something.
A Candy Crush achievement, baby.
I guess everyone else probably took mobile storefront the same way I did, was it would be like an app that you open on your phone, and then you can access these games through that.
She said it's a website right now.
I know it's a website, but like my initial thought was like, this is what it would be like, what Google Play and like the oh my god, why can't I think of it?
The App Store. It's just called the App Store.
App Store. Something like that to kind of combat those, and just do that so they can avoid the costs that when all the additional stuff that have been thrown at them, in the hopes that they've had to jump through to even get access to certain games on those devices, or those storefronts. That's what my initial thought was. Like, you're gonna do that, and then they kept pushing on the, are we going to see COD? Are we going to see this day one? What about other partners and other games launching, and all this? So I feel like They should have just said nothing.
Yeah,
Just said
it's
nothing.
it's a weird flex because the way when she came out, I thought it was a real storefront with real games in there. That's not what it is. So I think that was bad PR, and the way she worded it was not good in my opinion. I love Sarah, but this one was kind of like a mistake in my opinion. I agree with Panda. I don't think I would have brought it up. It's a very unimportant thing to most gamers. It's just all that is, guys, is a way for Microsoft to make more money. That's it. It
was
doesn't benefit
weird.
you at all. It doesn't
And
fucking
it
benefit
really
you
was
at all.
stressed. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
understand. I just thought I must be missing something because I did see some people online say this is huge, and I thought,
It's not.
okay, what am I missing? Like, generally, just like, what am I missing? And I still haven't figured that out.
I think people, it is, listen, it's step one. It's just nothing that should have been talked about. It's going to take, in my opinion, Microsoft years to get an actual native app on there because the laws have to change. Apple is not fucking bending the knee, guys. It's not happening. Sarah even put out a tweet a long time ago when Apple said, we're opening up our store. She's like, not good enough. Like, because the way they're doing it is they're actually going to be taxing and they're going to nitpicking at all kinds of fees. Or instead of it's 30%, Apple's going to still found a way to tax you 27%. That's
Whereas
why
if
she was
it's in a
saying
web
it's
browser,
not
they
good
can
enough.
avoid that.
That's what the web browser bullshit is for. And I'll tell you right now, I'm a Apple user, and it's not a good experience for you to get that web app like on your screen. It's a pain in the ass. You got to use Safari. You got to use it's
yeah,
not a
'cause
good
they made it
experience.
hard on
Nobody's
purpose.
fucking doing it. Nobody's doing
They
this.
don't want you to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because a lot of people came at me like, oh, this is a big deal. I'm like, no, you're not understanding. This isn't the app. This isn't even games. Like, this is not going to move the needle at fucking all. But it is step one. It's step one to avoid Apple and Google. And I do want Microsoft to win this battle because that duopoly is bullshit. It needs to stop. So hopefully they can win with FTC and everybody else when that comes to court, because it will.
This app is
I
their
feel-
way.
I feel like
of
you can-
Nintendo Switch.
You can
That's
counter
what
this shit. Hey, I feel like you
Good
can
idea.
kind of counter this shit if you just make a good ass handheld, man.
Yeah.
Make a good ass handheld.
Hey,
I'm
man.
sorry, but I will
Which
go
they're gonna
spend.
do.
Yep, which they gonna do. I feel like, hey, fuck trying to get people to play on their phones. Let's get them to play on this handheld. It's a market for that shit, and I really hope they double down. I wish Sony kind of doubled down and made the shit local. I hate the streaming to a handheld shit. Like,
Yeah.
that's dumb. Like, my PlayStation, Xbox needs to be on or needs to be in rest mode. Or like, that's dumb as fuck. That defeats the purpose. You know, take the Nintendo Switch route. You understand what I'm saying? Like, personally, I wouldn't mind if they went a handheld over the Series S. I'm grateful for the Series S and everything that it does. It's a great console. But next generation, I feel like, hey, if you're gonna make something that's less powerful and devs still gotta work around and make sacrifices, let it be a handheld. You know, you
I
can
think
take
that's exactly the route they're going.
yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think that'd be really smart.
Yeah, I agree. And yes,
and add achievements to Candy Crush.
And I agree with you, Nero. I think like it would be great. The only thing I would give a shit about playing mobile games would be on a handheld, and getting achievements. I want those achievements. And Cypher, yes, I'm not an Apple guy. I was big into Apple. I just have an Apple phone because I had to get it for a piece of hardware that we were using.
Look at that
when we were
beautiful
making
phone. Look at that
content.
beautiful thing.
Yeah. He's Nero is a big time Apple guy. So.
Hey, consistency. That phone will last you for 10 plus years, Retry. You're good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Consistency.
I'll replace it way before that. But yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. The older I get, the more
long.
I'm leaning towards Android. I'm just so caught up in the Apple ecosystem.
I was the same way for almost 20 years straight. I was an Apple guy. I was in their ecosystem, but it's not as bad as I think you think it is once you break out of that.
I know. Hey,
it's not that bad.
Okay, but yeah, the ecosystem one thing, but the phones. Man, I've been seeing what that Google Pixel talking about. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing
I had a
little
Google
Galaxy.
Pixel before.
Okay.
It's a good phone.
Okay.
Galaxy, very good
They got
phone.
a little something over there. You know what I'm
They
saying?
got something cooking. Yeah.
They got a little something going on. I respect it.
All right.
I think on that note, I think we could probably call it. The only other thing I'll say on the way out was there was some Call of Duty leaks where there's going to be a possible crossover in Call of Duty. This is not surprising. They're becoming Fortnite 100% with Fallout, Gundam, and The Crow. So we'll probably see some cosmetics coming to Call of Duty with Fallout, Gundam, and the Crow. So I'm all about it. I don't care. I like that call. Honestly, a lot of people are hating this shit. So not my Call of Duty. I'm fine with it. I like that Call of Duty is getting weird and doing.
Just know with
different
Fallout they
shit.
want the
So
skin tight jumpsuits so people can look at their booty.
there you go. Absolutely. I mean, I
Right,
assume
Holly?
it's going to be the Brotherhood of
That'll be why.
Exactly, the Crow. That's the one everyone else is excited about all the other ones except
I
for
want
the
the
Crow.
Fallout
That's
one.
the one. That's
Crow,
the one I'm
yeah.
excited about is the Crow because I love that old school shit. But it's also the new Crow movie is coming out with Billy, what's his name, Skarsgård or whatever. I don't think it's based off of the old school Crow, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that seems to be coming because Call of Duty's had Godzilla and all kinds of like weird shit. But I'm here for it, man. I like that shit. So keep doing what you're doing, Activision. But on that note, guys, I think we're gonna call it. Blue, let everyone know where they can find you. Your details are in the description too for all the podcasts and stuff that you are on. But let everybody know where they can find you.
Yeah, thanks. I am so happy to be back talking to Panda again. Like I feel like
You guys
I've
are
been
way too
talking
cute.
forever. And then you guys. No, I'm kidding. No.
I feel like the leftovers. We're like the broccoli over here. She's like the meat. We're like the
Us
broccoli. It's
double
fine.
fine lasses. Come on.
No, guys.
Yeah, Blue. I did shoot you a follow on Twitter as well.
Okay, thanks. I am on Twitter. It's the only really the only social that I really use anymore. I'm that blue number. I am on the Renegade Realm podcast on Tuesday nights on Red Wolf's channel. Tuesdays at 6 Central, and then also Friday nights on the Infinite podcast at 7 p.m. East Central. Yeah. This Eastern Central thing is messing me up. And then I also do coins, and I work with Ben Kenobi on his coins. So
I gotta talk to you then. Shit.
yeah, you need to talk to me. I'm
Yeah.
on the business side of it,
I'm
and
definitely
as
gonna
the
need some of
artist.
those.
So
I
They're
got
so good,
mine.
dude.
I
I'm
got
so
mine.
jealous.
And
I
Panda,
just
I
want
just
one.
yes,
Well,
well, you gotta win one.
So many good ones. I know.
Yeah.
I don't win
Yeah.
anything. Yeah.
Our Fallout one is super like
Oh, that's dope.
Ben showed me the design originally, and I was like, okay, you know.
Can
then
I
when
ask you a question? And you don't have to answer this in case like you guys are talking about this behind the scenes, but are these ever going to go like on sale outside of like people winning them? Like, can people buy them in
It's
the
a
future?
tough
Maybe
one. We would like to because we get asked that all the time.
because I feel like they would sell.
There's a market
Yes.
for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
We get people always asking, can I just buy one? I want to win it. Can I just buy one? Right. And
Yeah.
I feel your pain. We're working on it, but you know, you can't sell things with certain things on them without, you know,
right.
having the rights to
Oh
do
shit!
so and
I
all
don't know why I didn't think
So-
of that, Blue. That's a good point. So you'd have to get their
Phil
permission.
next-
Come on, Phil.
What'd you say?
I was like, when you say Phil next.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
Is
right.
that
Yeah.
why you were there on
Mom.
Monday? Like, I have these
No,
coins.
that's not why I was there on Monday. I was there for my actual real life job that pays,
Okay.
you know, for these lights that are on and stuff like that.
Right.
But anyway,
Just
so
For next
Yeah.
gen systems, be like, we could, like, you get a coin when you pre-order.
Fucking A, dude.
we
They're
have
so good.
ideas. We have ideas. Yes, we think big. Our budgets are not. So
Right. Yeah. I love it though. I'm glad, you know, thank you for answering that and however, whatever fashion you could answer that. I was curious about that. But yeah, thank you. Thank you for what you guys are doing. I think it's really cool. Hopefully you can get permission and something will, you know, cause I think I'd buy them all, to be honest with
yeah,
you.
they're really good collector's items because they don't take up entire shelf space and they mean
Yeah.
something. And pandas, yeah, exactly.
Fuck you, Panda. Send me one. Just showing off over here. Yeah.
I have so many. Sorry, guys.
Anyway, yes, I just
have
do the
so
business
many.
stuff.
Go ahead.
No, I just do the business stuff. I do the back end stuff, and people have asked to do custom coins. They come to me,
Yeah.
and then I work through. I work, you know, on the front end side, and then Ben does the art, and he's really the creative everything, and I just help him out. So
Absolutely. Shout out to Ben, man. One of the good guys in the community for sure. Always sharing like good, pictures and stuff for everyone to use in the community. I love that shit, man. Ben's definitely one of the good guys out here. But thank you so much, Blue Number. Nero, what about you, brother? Where can people find you and watch your wicked sweet reviews that you're doing, man?
Next Gen Nero on everything, just like you see on the screen. All one word. YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. Everywhere, man. And got a couple special videos coming up. Starfield review, Tales of Kinzara, a couple things in the works. Definitely gonna do the Hellblade 2. I think I'm gonna go through Hellblade 1 and do just a follow-up review on that. Just why it's a masterpiece, because Jesus, it is a masterpiece, man. Especially with that next gen patch. So yeah, Next Gen Nero on everything.
Let's go.
And let me know where you guys come from.
ahead.
I'm sorry. Let me know where you guys come from too. If you found us and found me on the Aim Down Sight podcast, shoot me a text. And feel free to add me on Xbox too, J Marley TV Gamer Tag.
Fucking Reese.
Reese, yo, fuck you, Reese. Like, yo.
Can't let
Mother's Day today, guys. I've got to go call my mom.
Oh shit.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day
to all you mothers
all
out
the
there.
Beautiful mothers out
we
there.
love you. I'm so glad we have more women on the podcast today. Now
Definitely.
I feel good about our decision making.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. All came full circle. What about you, Panda? Where can these fine folks, thank you guys, 350 plus people that came out tonight. Where can these fine folks find you?
You can find me when you close your eyelids. I'll be
I like it, Panda.
I love that answer.
Yeah.
Dude.
I'll be there. No, you can find me on X or Twitter. I hate the name X.
I know,
Twitter.
it sucks so much.
Red Dead Panda with the number 1. You can find me on Xbox, Red Dead Panda 871, and I do have YouTube, and I am working on my review and my tips stuff. I actually have to record new content for it. Like, I need to get some pieces. I've added something in, and I was like, no, I need to record new. I need to go back into the game and get some new video to record it. But yeah, that's where you can find me. Also here, harassing people every week, because that's what I love to do.
Absolutely, Panda. Appreciate you. Great turnout tonight, guys. Thank you guys for coming out. It was a killer show, man. I had a lot of fun. I know there's a lot of doom and gloom going out there, but I kind of point to all the stuff that Xbox has got going on. I think there's a lot to look forward to. I think the next 6 months are going to be fantastic for Xbox fans. So I just say, stick with it. Stick with it, man. Like, I think things are as good as they've been in a long time for Xbox fans, and I question why you would leave now. I think the timing is a little sus, in my opinion. But thank you guys for coming out, man. We had a huge turnout tonight. It was great, and we'll make sure to see you guys on the next episode of the Aim Down Sights podcast. Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.